Yeah, you feel me? Yada da. Welcome, mate. Another episode of High Learning with your boy Yuck Mouth and the homie.
EL, we here now.
Yes, man. We in the
Everybody,
building, man. We're gonna talk our shit tonight, man. You know what I mean? Well dressed on the press, you know what I mean? And a finesse. You feel me?
you
Straight
feel
up,
me?
man. How you been, bro? It's been a minute. I've
Bro,
been hella busy on tour, doing hella shit, man. Performing and traveling and shit, and we ain't really been able to do our 1-2, man. How you been though?
facts. Same on my side, bro. Been doing these pop-ups. I talked to Watt. I think you're supposed to be back in Las Vegas like in 7 days or whatever.
Now
So
I'll be there on Sunday. You gotta
yeah,
come.
I'll be here to meet and greet you. I just got back off that flight today, so I've been running around the Midwest. So shout out to everybody out there who's tapping in. You know, it's kind of underground thing. But last time we was rocking out, I was saying to myself like, I was gonna come back. We was gonna jam on some higher learning with some different like godly stuff or antichrist or this and that. But what I really wanted to do, because it hit my spirit, I want to talk about relationships. I want to talk about the whole dynamic, because we're in an age right now where relationships ain't the same when you and
Right.
growing up. And so I had some questions and I wanted to see if I could get your perspective on it. But before we get started, let me do like I always do. I got to give it up to the Most High, the creator, the author, the architect of the universe. And for those who, when I be doing this and I give it up to God, I know we got a lot of people that tap in, and I love everybody, first of all, Christians, Muslims, my Hebrew Israelite, Nation of Islam, atheists, and agnostic, if you will, if you want to go there. And what I want to say for my atheists and my agnostic people, when I give it up to God, this is how I want you to look at it. Just look at God as you, right? God is you. You reside, God resides in you. And so if you don't have no other place to look for a higher power, just know nothing happens without you. Everything that took place.
They got you in the matrix, bro.
Connected.
We only 5 minutes in, like
5 minutes.
2 minutes in. They done
because
froze us up
because
already. Like,
I gave the
God
secret
damn.
up, bro. I dropped the secret. You are God, bro. You yuck mouth. You God, bro. And why I say that is because Snoop alluded to it when he got his star. He said, "I want to thank me. I want to thank me." And he said that because without you, it don't happen. You
It
got
don't happen. It
hey,
don't happen.
you got to go to the studio. You got to write. You got none of this happens
Without
without
you.
you activating that thing inside of you. And so that's when I say I want to give praise to the Most High. I want you to know that the Most High is in you. And so I'm honoring, giving honors to myself and giving honors to every living thing out there, man. And giving praise to that, because that's all part of us. So we give honors to man, we give praise to the creator. So I want to do that first and foremost. And then we can get into this conversation. And I do that too, because I want to be a conduit for the energy, the God spirit to come through me and then resonate out of my mouth. So hopefully the family can get something from this. So let's go in. Let's get in. And everything I got, man, has got probably a 20, 30-minute combo with it. But the first question I got, Yuck, does the man choose the woman or does the woman choose the man? How does that happen?
Um, Me personally, the woman have to choose you.
Come on, fam. That's
Yeah,
right.
you can't force nothing. You know what I mean? The woman gotta like you. If the woman don't like you, I wouldn't suggest you fuck with her. Period. If she like you, you feel the attraction like she's coming on to you, then you got the green light. But if you chasing and pursuing somebody that don't fuck with you, then you're wasting your time. So I think the woman have to choose the man.
Facts. Facts. I our culture is so steeped with the pimping and the game and all of that,
Right.
but a lot of truth in it, right? So you remember on the Mac when Sonny was talking, he said, Mr. Whatever, Goldie was talking.
Right.
Your chick chose me. Now we can handle like gentlemen, or we can get into some gangster stuff. What the point that I'm making is we got a lot of ladies out here, so I'm not trying to ruffle no feathers. Might have to step on some toenails, men and women. But we got a lot of women that complain about the man they have. I ain't
Right.
no good man out here. My man is this, my man is that. but this is the man you chose, right? Because they told me, and I could be wrong. So I want all my female listeners that are tapping in to please give us
Shout
some
out.
feedback,
Yeah,
right? Give
yeah,
us
yeah.
some
Shout
feedback.
out. Shout out Shaniqua. You know what I mean? The
They
mod,
said
one of
when
our
the
mods in the
man
building.
walks, my fault, bro.
I said, shout out Shaniqua, one of our mods in the building. She stay in the building. You know what I mean? Town business. You know what I
Town,
mean? Shout out Mac Mean. You know what I mean? A homeboy. You know what I mean? He definitely God body and high power. You know what I mean?
sure,
Definitely a Muslim brother, so he definitely studied the arts. You
for
know what I
sure.
mean? And, believe in God. Period. So definitely shout out to him. Shout out to everybody in the chat that's tuning in, man. We appreciate y'all fucking with us on a Friday night. You know what I mean? Y'all could be anywhere but here, and y'all right here rocking with us, man. So we
I
appreciate.
appreciate tapping in on a holy night too, man. Friday is the day on which man was made. When you really break down the scriptures, Friday is the day that God made man, and so that's the sixth day in His image and after His likeness. So we give honors to the Creator on this day, because we know this is the day man was formed in flesh, and it's the day also that He ascended out of flesh and unto His Father. That means giving this thought back to the Creator from which it comes. You can't tell me where your thought comes from, right? So we
Right.
just say we got to give it back wherever it comes from, because it comes from somewhere, and then it resonates in your mind, and then you demonstrate that measure. But what I want to say to the ladies, one of my homegirls, my female homegirl, said a woman can tell soon as that brother walk in the room, I'm gonna sleep with him or not, or he's a goofy, and I'm not messing when he's goofy. Now, every once in a while, there'll be a brother that can, outlast and hang in there, and then finally, oh, I didn't like you at first, but now I see you somebody or whatever. But generally, a female will know off the top just by your swagger, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you present yourself, how you carry yourself, how you dress, if she's gonna mess with you, right? And so when we start to diagnose relationship problems and we want to start breaking this stuff down, then we have to start at the source of it. We have to start at the source of it. And so I want to start with the ladies, and I want to start with these young mothers, just because of the way that the conditions are today. It's a lot of young ladies who are raising our young boys. And so if there are no good men in the world and there's no good brothers out there, who's raising these men? Other women. So now we have to we have our mothers, women, and they're raising us in accordance to, the best of their ability, right? And so what we have to do is we have to understand where this comes from. If we want to have healthy relationships, you don't want to have toxic relationships, you want to have a good partner in life, then we have to understand what we're working with. So first of all, I know it don't happen every time, but I like to get into the dynamics of who chooses who and who is raising us. And so, ladies, at that point, we have to take some accountability for the type of brothers that are being produced in the world today for you to connect with. We got to talk about that. So I wanted to put that perspective in the world. And then I want to also ask the question, Yuck, is relationships the same? When your mother and father, your grandparents were getting together, it seemed like it was some different rules. Is there such thing as a relationship, a traditional relationship anymore?
I have a traditional relationship. I'm married, of course. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody out there who got a significant other. But
Right,
as for kids nowadays, everything is about, you know what I mean, the function, you know what I mean, the getting lit, you know what I mean, and being turned up. So the
right.
turn up is usually just, you know what I mean, one night stands, hit it and pass, you know what I mean, hit it and bounce. Females got a hit list most serious than the men right now. Like the females is most savage than the men. The men used to be out there, you know what I mean, running through them. You know what I mean? What it was an old song called this shit called I'm a Rolling Stone. Papa was a Rolling Stone.
That's
Nigga,
right.
mama is a Rolling Stone.
Now,
Literally, the shit done changed. The females is doing more wild shit far as sexually, and you know what I mean, and cheating than a man could ever do, because women are very smart and very fucking sneaky.
come
Like
on,
a man, we be goofballing and shit. We snitch on ourselves just accidentally all day.
all day.
Women, they got everybody in on it. They mama in on it. They friends in on it. The nigga is in on it. The homeboy,
Yeah,
everybody in on it. They keeping a secret. They hiding it. The chick could say she had a mama house and she really at the dude house because the mom is in on it. She gonna, You call the mom covering for you. Oh, she sleep. Call back in the morning. That type of shit. So it's a whole system, advanced cheating system that they got that men don't really got, and it's supported by. So yeah, it's hard to have a relationship nowadays because everything is about the turn up. You know what I mean? A girl will turn up with you tonight and turn up with another nigga tomorrow night. Whoever popping the most bottles. So, good luck on that one.
Right. And the culture says it's okay. Culture says it's
Yeah,
cool. They come
yeah.
up with different name. What's the name?
It's
Sneaky
a
leak?
hot girl summer. It's a hot
Sneak-
girl summer. Yeah.
what's that term? Sneaky leak or sneaky freak or sneaky, they got all kind of terms.
They call savages. Females call themselves savages. Brianna says she is savage. All these
Fact,
classic, and then the other, yeah, oh, they savages, man. Period.
period, bro. Period. And so when we start
So
to
imagine a man being out there nowadays. Like back in our day, like when we was growing up, we could choose. You know what I mean? Women were still homegrown, still, you know what I mean, raised by both parents, you know what I mean, taught manners, you know what I mean, taught the respect, taught what their position was in life. You know what I
come
mean?
on,
These new women think their position in life is to be over the man. You know what I mean? Like they're the money, the breadwinner. They're making a lot of fucking money. They get
right,
hired the most right now. So since they the breadwinner, now they're you know what I mean, the wear the pants in the house. Now the man is just a fucking babysitter for the kids or whatever, a house sitter. You know what I
right.
mean? Whatever it may be, the roles have changed because
There's a
back
role
in the day,
person.
the man used to go out and get all the money while the woman come and nurture the house. You know what I mean, and nurture the kids, whatnot. It's reverse roles to where the man is nurturing the house and the woman is working right now.
Facts.
So with that being said, like the whole thing about these women now, they talking about they won't submit, they don't. Because when a man got the money back in the day, they would submit. But when they got the money, they won't submit to a man. You
Right.
get it? Because they got the money. But when we got all the money, the NBA players, the actors, the actresses, the ball players, the entertainers, the rappers, producers, whatever, you got all the money. You have to lock down, submit. You can't cheat. It's bad if you don't got a wife, this, that, and the third. But a woman will have all the money, and she's not held to all them standards.
She's
She could
applauded.
go out and date who the fuck she want to. She don't gotta get married. She ain't gotta have kids. And she
Right.
get to fake money and fuck who she want to. But the men get money and we look at sideways when we do that. So it's
Right.
a different game going on right now for like the dudes out there. I feel sorry for them. Good luck.
It's a whole new dynamic. They praise our females, and I'll give them honors too. You out there, you got your education, you working hard, you got your bag. I'm not mad at that, but they call that an independent woman, right? Pay
Right,
your own note, your own this, but you single, but you
right,
don't have no man, and you complaining about the different relationships that you encounter. But part of this has to do with, like you said, there's a certain order that the universe has put in place, and when things get out of order, you start to see um, the different things in relationships that say we don't want to see when the dynamic is changed. So in our community, and this is something that I share with a lot of people, we don't really understand this, or let me not say that, because a lot of us understand it, but maybe we need to overstand it or figure out a way how to do it. First of all, when we talking about us, talking about the greatest people in the world, and I don't say that because I'm melanated and you melanated, so I just say we the greatest. I say we the greatest because we are the least of these. You know what I'm saying? As the least of these, so to speak. So when we talk about the cultural, well, I'll say societal hierarchy. Usually, the brother, the AKA black male, is on the bottom of that whole thing, right? We're on the bottom of the whole pyramid, if you will, and because of that, it makes the relationship or how to have a healthy relationship a lot different. We're the only group of people in the human family where our female counterpart, makes more money than we do. I think I talked about this before. She far out earns us. And this is by design. It's by design. Facts. Go ahead, bro. Our females far out earn us. They also have higher education. You hear this often in our community. Young men go from elementary to the penitentiary. Our young ladies go from elementary to high school to college to get their associates, their bachelors, their masters, their MBA, whatever they got. And then they go out and they become an earner and they make money. but then they want to, like anybody else, they want to date. And now who do you date? You have to date somebody that's in your that's equally yoked, if you will. So you want somebody who went to college, you want somebody who works at the law firm, you want somebody who makes six figures, what have you. And so now the bag has become the ultimate goal. They tell our young lady, your number one priority is getting that bag. Your number one priority is making sure that you getting money, make sure you getting to buy the right house and drive the right car. No longer is the relationship the goal. See, when we were back in the day, I think when children play, that's how they learn. So when little girls play with dolls and they have tea parties and they have little kitchenette, dinette sets and stuff, really what they're doing is practicing on later on in life when they become a homemaker. This is how you take care of your home. This is how you take care of your household. This is things you have to learn how to do, so on and so forth. And so at one point in time, the narrative was you're going to grow up, you're going to find a man or he'll find you, you'll get married, have children, and then continue on the legacy of life, and your name will go on and everything happens. Well, now the bag is the number one priority. You got to have the bag, you got to have the right job, you got to have the right jewelry, you got to have all of that in the relationship. Therefore, it comes secondary. And so I think that's the reason why we find the conditions in our community the way they are, bro. And I think it's something that has to be mentioned. I want to hear some feedback from some of our ladies because I know they have the opposite perspective. The guys ain't doing this or the guys ain't doing that. But I think you hit the nail on the head. You said the role reversal has happened. So now we're Mr. Mom. I'm gonna stay home with little Nelson Hill, and we're gonna go to the park and go swimming, and I'm gonna take care of them or do whatever. And you are in a better position now because you got the degree, you got the job offer or whatever. You don't got no felony. I got a felony on me. You know, certain job I can't go work at the casino or nothing like that because you got an F on your back or whatever. And so they have to. Our women have to realize that as the roles has changed, the conditions has changed, and so now we have to understand how do we have healthy relationships now. And I think it's tough, but we have to understand that it's the
But
same we put up with. Go ahead, bro.
not to interrupt you, man. You landed and you hit it on the nail. Everything you said is absolutely right. You know what I mean? Period. It's just that okay, cool. You're the roles have reversed. Okay, the female's in position to make all the money. You're the breadwinner
Mm-hmm.
on some superhead shit. Where
Mm-hmm.
Super said that she was the breadwinner of the crib, and her
Right.
husband got to accept her. You know, fucking random celebrities when the celebrity called, the husband just got to accept that. She got to just dip. You know, and since she pays the bills and all of that for all their kids, his kids and her kids, you know,
Mm-hmm.
she gets a pass to do that. Now, I don't want to even say put your shoes because female shoes and men's shoes ain't together, but
Don't even work right.
imagine if a man came and told his female that, like, you know, I this chick is out, you know what I mean, the celebrity chick called, I gotta go. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm making all the bread, you know what I mean? I pay all the bills for your kids and my kids. I gotta go fuck the celebrity. You
Right.
know what I mean? How would that be accepted? It won't be accepted. We'd be looked at sideways. But the female could do it and they champion. Not only is the roles reversed, they're cheered for this shit. They're saluted. They're championed for this. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like the songs, all the songs. Meg the Stallion, Cardi B, all the people with all these songs talking about, you know, fuck a nigga if he ain't get a Birkin bag, all this shit.
Right.
These females got men and children.
Right. Families.
Whatchamacallit, fucking Megan Thee Stallion have a boyfriend. Cardi
Right.
B have a whole baby daddy.
City
But tell
girl.
but
City girl.
telling you, fuck a nigga. You know what I
Right.
mean? Fuck a nigga, like making you
Right.
not want a nigga, but they got niggas.
Right.
The
And
women only follow the message, but they're not seeing what the messenger is actually doing.
right.
Like you gotta lead by example. How you
Right.
gonna tell me fuck a nigga and you got a nigga and a baby and another baby on the way probably? Like it don't add up. You know what I mean? So the women, I think you are losing listening
Right.
to the bozo information. Now, if you want to twerk, you got a nice body, shake your ass, whatever, but you need a man. Not only for intimacy, but for protection.
Right.
You're not gonna be out here shooting these guns if somebody do a home invasion. You're not gonna be out here punching on niggas if somebody touched your ass in the club while you walking by. Your man do that. Period. If somebody disrespect you at the gym, nigga, your man coming up, not you. You know what I
Right.
mean? So you need your protection. Also, you need a
Right.
nigga to handle the household, the handyman shit. You ain't about to get up under the motherfucking sink and fix some shit. You ain't about to
Hang,
plaster shit on the wall and paint and you
right.
know what I mean? And do all the shit around the crib that men do. Like you ain't about to grab that hammer and get the nail and shit. You not. You need a
Right.
man. Period. Now
Right.
some women are tough. They'll grab the hammer. They do all that shit. I ain't gonna doubt them. You know what I mean? But the man job is to handle all the man shit, and the female job is to handle all the female shit. Period.
Fact.
You know,
Facts.
and then the damn. Let me talk about the submission shit. You know
Come
what I mean?
on.
I seen what's his name? Cam Newton. His
Yeah.
girlfriend getting a lot of fucking slack for saying that she submits to Cam Newton and
Right.
does whatever he feels. He
And he,
rubs his back, rubs his feet, you know what I mean? Bathe him, you know what I mean? Whatever he want, whatever type of style sex he wants, she does it, even though it
right.
hurt her. You know what I
Right.
mean? She says she does it because she's submitting to him, gives him what, and she loves doing it. She says she enjoyed doing this. So all the women are going hard at her and like, no, we'll never submit doing this. It's like at the end of the day, we all submit.
All of us.
Everybody, when a man is in a relationship, when you own this big boss, gigolo lifestyle, you know what I mean? You buy yourself your own apartment, you able to run chicks in and out the apartment all day, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You're having sex with the baddest chicks, you're smoking good weed, you're partying all night with your homies, strip clubs, the after hours, all that shit. When you lock down with a female, all that shit is cut out.
Right.
You submit and you sacrifice.
Come on,
You
Yuck.
lose homeboys because you can't hang out no more. You can't hang out and watch football to the midnight and shit to go to the strip club in the after hours. You can't. You lose homeboys. You know what I mean? You also lose your finances because now you were just paying your own shit. Now she live with you. Now you got to pay for her shit, her phone bill, her car note, her clothes, her food, her this. So you take care
Right.
of a whole nother person. So your
Right.
finances are sacrificed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Your privacy. You used to having this whole big ass apartment to yourself. Now she in this motherfucker with curlers and irons and shit, and fingernails and finger lashes and eyelashes and shit everywhere, and wigs and shit all around the house. You know what I mean? Like, so
Your
you
whole
say
bathroom. Your whole bathroom is destroyed now.
your bathroom look like a strip club, a locker room. You
Right.
know what I mean? Got all types of shit on the goddamn sink.
And
Hella shit. You
right.
feel me?
You're like,
So
what is
you sacrifice.
eyelash right here? What is this? Right.
So,
So fact.
and all the chicks you used to have, you sacrifice that because now you're not calling the chicks no more. So you sacrifice all that shit as well and submit to your chick. I think we all submit. It ain't just the chick. The chick, like the conversation nowadays, that the chick just submit. We submit too and sacrifice.
Facts.
That's not the conversation, man. I want to hear you land on that.
Well, you're absolutely right. It's not the conversation. I think what ends up happening when two people get together, we have to understand what we're getting into. I really feel like it needs to be like a partnership, like a business arrangement, right? You're my business partner, as well as best friend, lover, sounding board, whatever goes on, that's your partner. But if one part, if you have that, the what we're trying to do, what it sounds like. Yeah, go ahead. I see you working, bro.
No,
It,
no, go ahead.
it's like we want some of the traditional things that come along with the old school relationship and the values and the principles, but then we're dealing with this modern day mindset of independent women. F them, girl. You don't need no man. You can do bad by yourself and this and that. But we don't realize, just like you said, we were designed to move as a unit, especially if there's going to be children involved. I often hear this narrative that, well, I'm the mama and the daddy, or I'm the this and I'm that. And the fact of the matter is, there's no dad that can be a mama. You just can't be. There's no woman that can take the place of a man.
I'm gonna send a link right quick.
Shoot that, bro. And so if we don't actually understand the process the role that has to take place or the order, then we can't have the healthy relationship that we want to. Now, the question I want to pose to you is something else that's been going around social media. And like you picked up on the Cam Newton situation, I wanted to throw this at you. So when you pop back on, I want to get your understanding on this. So there's another situation on social media, and you have a man who has a child with a woman. Well, she has three other children besides the child that he and her has. You probably already heard this, but I want to get your understanding on it. They say the man comes by and he brings his son McDonald's or Burger King or whatever. Is he
Hold up, brother. We ain't going in on
to
that one.
feed
We about to
her
talk.
other children? Does he have to bring food for her other four children as well as his own child? Or what's your thoughts on that?
Hell, motherfucking hell to the no. Period. Like, I'm only responsible for my children. Period.
Right,
Unless I live in a crib with them kids and I raise them, like, okay, I got a family, I got the girl, she got her kids living with us, and my kids living with us, then of course. But if I'm just paying child support from afar, you
right,
know what I mean? You got four baby daddies and you live with whoever you live with. I'm
right.
not responsible to bring motherfucking McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, nigga,
To your
Burger King,
soccer,
Winchell's, nigga, Domino's, none of that shit to all them kids. I'm only responsible for my child, period. That's it. You got three other baby daddies
out there.
out there. One probably live with you.
Right. It might be working on another one. You might be,
Right. Hey, you better call them three baby daddies and tell them niggas what the other baby daddy did and what they need to do because the other
right.
kids feeling salty.
But the mindset of that's the mindset I think that gets us in the position we're in today, because we have certain individuals who feel entitled.
But if
Okay,
it was,
well,
but look, let me land. If it was me, I'm a boss. I would have got all of them because I want all the kids to love me, all the little brothers. That's step brothers and shit. That's his family too. So I'm getting all the kids. That's just me. Dude, he was a savage. Everybody is savages right now. It was a savage nature. Not only the females, but the nigga is savage. Like, fuck them kids. I'm the only, but a real
you
nigga would have bought all the kids, including her some food. You feel me? That's how a boss do it.
right. So again, it goes to show we living in a whole new day, a whole new era of time, because he's not obligated to do it. I agree with you. However, you know, we have to start assessing. Also, too, it speaks to assessing the people that you lay down with, the type of individuals that you hook up with. If you just connecting with a person because you have an opportunity, then you subject to get whatever the dice roll. You might roll craps with that person. So you have to be selective, especially when you are elevating your state, right? We got a lot of people ain't trying to elevate. They just trying to be on a lower, savage level, if you will. But if you call yourself elevating, right? You say, okay, I come from point A, I'm trying to get to B, whether it be get my own business running, whether it be I play ball, I'm young, I only got a finite amount of time to get it in before I start getting too old to be relevant. Whatever it is, if you want an elevation path, you have to be selective with the individuals, men or women, that you bring into your circle, because everybody has an energy. But you have to be extra selective with the females, because they're going to get closer to you than anything else. I often tell young brothers, I say, this is the thing about the woman that we can't get around. I try to look at it like we look at cannabis, right? And I talk to people, I say, what's the difference between hemp and the flower, if you will? And the fact of the matter is, you can't get high on hemp, right? You can, no matter what you do. You can build a house with it. You can make paper, rope, sheets, blankets, but you can't get high. And that's how I kind of look at it. Like, I could do all day. We could talk about whatever. I could talk with Water about certain stuff, but it's certain places that you and we just can't go, because you can't get me high enough like she can. You know what I'm saying? Because she's
Right.
the female, I'm the male. So that
Hold,
that makes it
let me do it.
certain. Go
Hold
ahead.
that thought. Hold that thought. Mac Mean, tap in. I put the link up
Tap,
there. Gooch, tap in. My real players, tap in. We're gonna have a group conversation. You know what I mean? But go continue, my nigga.
No, what I'm saying is,
Mac Mean, I put the link in the link is in the motherfucking chat, man. Hit the link, my nigga.
we at an age now, bro. We at an age where, you know, like you said, we ain't just ripping and running like that all day, like maybe when you was 20 or 25. And so now just the topic of relationships are relevant. We got to look at it because we got to say, okay, well, what's going on with our females? What's going on with us? And why aren't we having the type of relationships that we want? We hearing, you know, we look at Will Smith smacking Chris Rock, or all of that is relationship driven. It's a
Right.
relationship type of thing. They said Jada gave Will the eye, the side eye, and then he got up and went. But
But there we go.
come
That's what
on,
I was talking about. Now, what if Jada was there by herself without no protection? Will protected her. That's why you need a motherfucking man. If somebody disrespect you, your man gonna go up there and smack the shit out of somebody. Now, was Will right for doing it on a public platform? No. But was he
right,
right for doing it? He protected his woman. Don't be talking no shit about my woman. Yeah, you get blah. That's what a woman need. Period.
right.
I'm sorry about that. You need protection. Or a nigga gonna disrespect you and they could damn near take the ooh out from you and rape you. If you ain't got no protection, they could just throw your ass in a van on some sex traffic shit and take
Right.
you to El Segundo.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You out here renegading.
Right. So you need women need protection for shit like that. So Will was absolutely right to protect his wife. I'm
I
sorry
listened
about that.
to an interview when Jazzy Jeff was on there, and he probably know Will Smith more than better than anybody. That's his DJ, been with him since they was teenagers. And he said that's really just the type of guy Will is. The guy could have been the Rock up there, and Will could have got beat down. But the fact of the matter is that's the energy that he got because he's still on that kind of an old school thing. And the crazy part about it is when
Now he
you
said,
go
hold that
ahead.
thought. Jeff said that he's a nigga that goes against anything he fears. Period.
Right.
He said Tyson could have been on that stage.
That's
A
what
bear could have been on that stage, and he
he
would have
would have.
went up there and dealt with it and dealt with the consequences. That's why you see this nigga jumping from airplanes and shit on the top of the Eiffel Tower and all types of wild shit because he do shit that anybody else would fear, including him. But he
He
tackles
runs.
his fear.
He goes to the fear. They
He
said he
tackles that shit head on.
said a man jumped in the water and in the I don't know, Jamaica, Bahamas, couldn't swim, but
Yeah.
he jumping off the cliff into the water. So it's one of those things where you run to the storm or you run away from it, and he decided he's gonna run to it. Now, is that always the right thing? Who knows? But my point that I was making was when that happened, and you poll the audience, all the guys, that was wrong, that was wrong. But when you ask the women, I don't care if they tough or they got their own business or whatever. I think I heard Tiffany Haddish. These women are professionals. They got their own money. But all of them recognized and appreciated the fact that, man, I wish I had a man like that. If I had a man like that, so to speak, then that's what they're looking for, right? So we got this society pushing one narrative at us, but then we got that inner working traditional old school value that says this is how it's supposed to be. The man is the hunter gatherer, the woman is the nest maker and the homemaker, and she raises the children. And when you put it together, it actually works. But if you get out of that particular rhythm, she can't do his role and he do her role and think
I
that
think
it's going to work that way.
let me touch in on that. I think
Get on that.
relationships is a hybrid relationship now to
Come
where
on.
the men
There you
do it
go.
all and the women do it all. And you got them both together on some Beyonce and Jay-Z shit. You got some money, and you got a fucking foundation and establishment. So Beyonce ain't gonna just sit there and just be the housewife just because Jay got money. She ain't gonna retire from her shit. She gonna keep running up her, till she get to that B too. So
Right.
them two, so it's a whole hybrid relationship to where the women is making just as much money or more money than the men. And when they
Right.
put that shit together, that's the whole shit, man. Like women don't see that. Okay, you can be the breadwinner at the beginning. Then later on in life, your man could be the breadwinner. Shout
Right.
out T.I. and Tiny. When
Right.
T.I. met Tiny, he was underground coming up. You know what I mean? Tiny was the breadwinner. She was the one that was successful. Okay, he came up, he grinded until he shined. Now he came successful. Now them two powerhouses are together. You know what I mean? Period. Making money under the same umbrella, a foundation for the family. It's laid out for the kids for generations. You know what I mean? To come for the kids, the grandkids, and everybody else to come. It's laid out for them two coming together and planting that seed and making that foundation. So
Fact.
the thing that females are forgetting that okay, you got money, but both y'all money together is some hell of a shit. You know what I mean? Like you gotta think of how Jay and Beyonce did it. She didn't need
Right.
Jay for no money. Jay didn't need her for no money. But you put both of their monies together, yeah, that's a
So,
billion. That's $1 billion couple.
and
Period.
it's the blueprint for success for the others of us that are watching, right? So
Right,
watch
right.
how that's going on between Barack and Michelle. Barack and Michelle is the same way. Michelle was an attorney. I mean, top of the class, Harvard Law School, killing the game. And Barack was just a little intern at the firm trying to get his life together. But because she said, you know what, I'll submit to this guy. I got more rank over him. I'm his boss. I'm better. I'm in a better position, but I'm going to invest in this brother because I see some potential in him. This man ends up becoming the president of the United States of America. Now, can he do that if Michelle says, no, I got to be the boss? You got to submit to me. I'm going to deball you. I'm going to demasculate you so you can submit to me. I'm a lawyer. I work at the firm. I'm in the politics. Barack Obama, you need to bow down to me. Then does he become the president of the United States? I also seen another situation with Denzel Washington and his wife. And Denzel's wife is an actress, very successful, has a nice long track record of successful movies and things. But she has to let Denzel be Denzel so he can do his thing. Now, what does that entail? He might say, well, I'm not going to kiss white women. I'm not going to take these certain kind of roles. But you do have to understand that if I blow up, every woman on the planet is going to be looking at me. I'm on the big screen.
Absolutely.
I'm, I'm,
Absolutely.
I'm doing my thing. So it takes a certain kind of woman to be in a relationship with a successful man. Because there's that narrative. She can make or break him. She's with him and she's got his back and she's supporting him. He'll run through a brick wall for her. I think that's the thing that a lot of women don't understand. If you treat your man a certain way, he's going to give you everything that your heart desires because he's trying his one of his goals is just being a man is to provide, like you said, protect, which inside of that is peace and comfort and happiness and all that other stuff. When you're provided for and you're protected and you feel safe, then you can be at peace. Then you can be happy. You can't be happy if you don't feel safe. You can't be happy if you don't feel like if you don't have no protection on you. Like you say, somebody throw you in the back of a van and take you across the border. So there's I think a reason why, not I think, I know there's a reason why that the relationship is set up a certain way, but it don't work unless we play our roles. And so I'm just trying to figure out who's all willing to play their role. And then the
I
husband,
just think,
go ahead, bro.
not to cut you off. I just think that nowadays, I think that's the old way of life where the man used to go out and hunt and bring both couples go out and hunt. The
Okay.
woman go out and hunt and the man go and hunt and they bring it back. You know what I mean? To eat. You know what I mean? And that's like how the lion, you know what I mean? The lion will go out and hunt, but you see what go down with the lion. The lion is hunts the more. While the lion is chilling, nigga, the lioness is out there hunting and bringing the meat back to the pack.
That's
So or to the lion. So at the
and
end of the day, it's more like that. It's like a lion and a lioness relationship. They both out on a hunt. You know what I mean? And even when the lion is asleep, nigga, the woman is still out there hunting and bringing the bunch back. You know what I mean? That's what type of relationship it is. Once people will figure out how to make those type of relationships, a Ti and a Tiny, you know what I mean? Where somebody is up, somebody down, but doing them helping each other and believing each other and letting each other be who each other, you know what I mean, supposed to be. You know what I mean? Boom, supporting each other's dreams and goals and shit. Boom, you both level up to be even. And then sometimes your man go higher, whatever. But That's a powerful relationship instead of a bitch with money, just fucking random dudes. You know what I mean? Because she don't want to lock down with a nigga. These fucking random dudes all day, and a dude with money that's fucking random bitches all day. Two powerhouses with money. That's what it do. That's a great family. That's a foundation. That's generations of money. You
Right.
know.
That's the synergy. That's the power of two. I think you also have to we have to look at ourselves, ladies, because most women will not date a brother who is what they think is lesser. If he don't make as much money as you, if he don't drive a car as good as your car, if he doesn't uh have the whatever you got, say if he's working at McDonald's or the post office or whatever, and she comes through, she got her little Benz, you know, whatever. She's not gonna look at him twice. But if
Look,
he
look.
comes through,
Let me land on that.
come
Not
on,
not to cut you off, man. Nowadays with the hybrid female, it's a hybrid. It ain't
right,
how we used to do it. It's a hybrid, man. The average female right now got a broke nigga. The broke nigga is a nigga from the hood that could protect her. She could call that nigga. He come with all the gangbangers, the gangsters, and the hood niggas, and
right,
whatever
right.
she got going on. So he the broke nigga. They got a nigga that they work out, the gym nigga. They got a motherfucking sugar daddy. Don't forget the old men.
Don't
These
forget
bitches
the
don't
old
forget,
man.
man, the old man that's paying all the bills.
Hey,
That's paying all the motherfucking bills. And
right,
then you got an industry nigga, some type of industry nigga that you could go party with and be in the VIP with and around the celebrities with. And then they got a motherfucking handyman. A nigga that come fix everything, fix the car, fix the house, fix everything. And she
right,
giving, and she got a dope dealer that
right.
comes with the weed and the Xannies and the ecstasy pills and all that. And she fucking him too. So it's about 6 to 7 niggas a bitch got on rotation,
Mm.
not including her boyfriend. So 8 niggas, her real boy,
And then she don't,
a
and then
nigga that she really
daddy,
interested in.
and she got
You
her
feel
baby
me?
daddy. She don't deal with him at all though, but he's still there because he's the
And the
top.
baby daddies. So it's about 8 or 9 niggas. Like, come on, that's on speed dial.
Right.
So that's the hybrid woman right now. It ain't just the woman that just had you. Nah, nigga, them days is over.
Now, bro, you hit the nail on the head. It's a hybrid game right now. But what I'll be hitting on is like what you were saying. How do we get both engines running at the same time and moving in the same direction? Because when she get up and running, now it's all about her. I'm trying to get myself. I got to go to Miami. I got to get my body snatched. I got to get my get this. I got to get that. I got to get, because they looking at it like his money is my money. My money is my money. You know what I'm saying? And so now you working against the house because everything you got, you putting it on the things that you enjoy and are passionate about. But for this thing to fully work, he's got to be invested in the house. She's got to be invested in the house. And if we can get both parties moving simultaneously, then we can have the Cam Newton experience or the Steph Curry experience. I remember Steph Curry's wife a few years ago had caught some flack because Steph was getting so much attention and she was like, I want some attention too. How come nobody don't look at me? So you got to understand that if you're going to, the type of relationship you're in, and there has to be an end game or a goal. I think we don't have goals anymore. Like, I think a lot of us like, okay, we're going to stay together. We're going to get this house. We're going to stack this money. And then this next thing is we're going to open a business together. We're going to do something. Now I think people are just, if we hook up for 90 days and then I'll never deal with you, we going hard for a couple of months and then I'm out of here. I
That's
think
normal. That's normal.
that's normal. That's the
It's
norm.
like it's like you got a 90-day term with a bitch. Literally, you got 3 months with it, and she on to the next. That's the new shit right now. And even with that 3 months, she got them 8 or 9 niggas that's on sideline on speed dial off. So it's like, come on, she really ain't yours for that 3 months. You just get, you know what I mean? It's like she calling you off the bench.
Right.
You get to play a few minutes, you know what I mean? And then she
Yeah, you
sit
work,
your ass down back on the
yeah,
bench,
you
and then she
work,
call her star player. Yeah, I
right,
mean, and then she call her Shaq and her Kobe. Yeah, I mean, the niggas that really run the game. But
right,
you get a couple minutes off the bench. You know what I
right,
mean? Catch on a bad night. You know what I mean? Nobody around. Niggas out of town. You know what I mean? Everybody out of town and shit with their wife or something. She'll
right.
call you.
You
You'll
want
get
to
like,
bed? You won the bet. I bet you won't do this and that. Now you get to hang out because you won the bet. So it's crazy like that. Now, having said all that, a lot of facts have been put out there on the table, and a lot of we smiling and having a good laugh at it. But the scary part is the family is the fabric of society, right? That unit, the family unit, is the
See, say
fabric.
that again, cause they say it again.
The
Say that again, cause it just blurred you. Say it again.
the family is the fabric. You know what fabric is? How that holds. The family is the fabric of society. And so
See,
if we break down the family, then whatever group of people that we're trying to eliminate or attack or to disempower, they'll have no power with no family. And so
boom.
we
Let me touch. Let
come
me
on,
touch on that. Let me hold that thought. Stay on that. That's why this music is being promoted. This fucking nigga music. This bad bitch nigga. I'm a savage. All that. It's being even Rihanna had a baby with a nigga. Like she talking about she a savage. So all
she's
that shit being
in
promoted.
love with ASAP Rocky or whatever.
Right. Fresh baby. She's pregnant. So boom. They're promoting this separation, bro. Because, like you said, the man and the family is the fabric, the foundation of fucking humanity.
Right.
Without man and woman, it's no child. Period. So if they able to separate us, able to, you know what I mean, uppower the women to where they got more money than the men, and they looking down on the men, what that stops? Reproduction, right?
Facts.
You stop the reproduction, you stop their population, right?
Right.
Bingo flamingo. And that's what they trying to do with all this ratchet music, with all this women be self-powered and all that shit. It's to really go against the men.
Go against
And
some.
they
Well,
locking all the men up. They
let's
locking the men up. They doing all type shit, taking us off the street to even be there. So it's like, come on, man. It's more of an LG, like a letter people, because
then now
it's
you
more leaning on women. You
well,
feel?
that's what I was going to say. Let's go ahead and bring it out because that's really the point of having these higher elevated conversations. When we pushing a certain agenda, you don't need a man. You got your own car, own house, own. And so what ends up happening is then finally you said, "Well, I want a woman then." Because I'm doing all the man stuff. I'm paying my own bills. I'm fixing the air conditioner. I'm working. I need a woman now. And so the the things that make a man aren't going away. It's just somebody else is wants to do the job, I guess, if you will. And so we have to understand that all of this is by design, all of it. Mass incarceration, when you're locking a brother up for, three strikes and you out, his third strike, he was hungry, he stole a Snicker. Does he need to be in prison for 25 years? Or what have you. And so when he's gone, he ain't making no babies, or he's not being able to be out in the function like he was before, and that affects the whole family, affects society. So the whole thing is
It affects black population
it
because
affects
without baby daddy there, he's in jail. There's no more kids being produced.
right,
Period. With the women upliftment, with no man, you don't need no man. Birkin bag. If he no nigga could buy you a Birkin bag, first
right,
of all. But the niggas that got hundred millions of dollars, you know what I mean? Tens of millions of dollars. Birkins start at 30, 19, 20,000 or some shit like that.
and they
Who's
don't go.
gonna buy
They, they
no
don't
bitch. Not now. I'm gonna get real vulgar because I've been drinking a little. I know you don't. You know what I mean? My
not
bad.
be yourself. Be
Forgive
your
me, Lord. Forgive me, you females. But at the end of the day, man, the females is on some shit to where I damn near lost my train of thought. But the
well,
females is on some shit to where they get in the bag. You know what I mean? No matter what. If it's a celebrity, if it's a dope dealer, if it's a rap, if it's whoever, if it's a gas station nigga, they get in the bag. But you ain't gonna get a nigga that's gonna buy you a Birkin bag ever from the streets. Period. All that shit is make believe fairy tale. Cardi B, she gonna get Birkin bags, and she fuck with a multi-millionaire. Floyd Mayweather girlfriends gonna get Birkin bags, cause they fuck with 100 millionaire.
that's
You
right.
dusty bitches in the neighborhood trying to have your nigga get a Birkin bag, good motherfucking luck. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. You know what I mean? Don't go chasing waterfalls. Just be used to the rivers that you used to. TLC told you that. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Just be used to the rivers you used to.
Yeah,
That was
stick to the rivers
that.
and the streams.
Whatever. The little pond. Be used to that pond. Don't
Right.
chase no fucking waterfall. Because you ain't no waterfall bitch. Period. The Birkin bag bitches that spent 100 or 200,000 on a body. That's why they get the Birkin bag. They
Well,
flying to Dubai. They doing a thing. You dusty ass little stretch mark motherfucking GPS map on your stomach from having so many kids. Kangaroo pouch on your stomach for having so many kids. Dusty wig wearing bitch. You cannot get a Birkin bag. You are not in that class. There's levels to this shit. Sorry, I don't want to disrespect no female in here. But I'm just keeping it fucking real. I can't be fake.
nah,
The echelons of the baddies. Get the Birkin, the echelons that fuck with millionaires. Get the Birkin, not the average bitch that just be out there from college and just knock a nigga. No, the college bitch ain't
it's
getting a
not
Birkin bag. Sorry about that.
on
The average bitch that's partying at the club, nigga going from table to pop a bottle, ain't getting a Birkin bag. Sorry about that.
illusions and fantasies and fairy tales. And this is the reason why they put rated R or PG-17 or whatever they put on certain things, because if your mind is not ready to handle the fact that a lot of this is entertainment, you thinking it's real. You thinking that it's a fact. You thinking that it's like you already touched on it. The city girls might say, don't mess with a broke dude or this or that or what have you, whatever the game they giving you. At the same time, they trying to cuff up and wifey up and baby up so they can
And the
fool.
city girl trying to fuck with Puff. She fuck with Puff. Nigga, the city girls were straight scammers. One of the bitches went to jail for scamming, credit card swiping, all types of check scams, hella shit.
J
So,
J
fuck out of here.
L.
This bitch was a scammer, went to jail. One of them.
One of them. I
One
think
of them went to jail,
JT,
nigga.
Miami, or whoever.
She
But
just got out, nigga, like
right,
last year, nigga, during
right,
COVID, I think. So
right.
at the end of the day, my nigga, this is a check scam, all types of shit, nigga. Come on, man. Birkin bag. If you get in a Birkin bag, you ain't gotta swipe it and do no check scams. The
Nah,
nigga is taking care of you. Let's be real. You got a Birkin bag and you gotta do swipes and check scams? Nah. Yo niggas in the hood ain't getting you no fucking Birkin bag. The
not
nerve of you.
not doing
Now that you trying to date Puff, you might get a Birkin bag or two. But when you was doing them check scams, them Atlanta niggas didn't buy you not a bag that started with a B,
with a
let
video.
alone a Birkin.
Right.
Fuck that. I'm
Maybe
just saying, man.
a
Slow down, Turbo.
Dunienberg, maybe a Dunienberg bag, a Dunienberg,
A DB, not a Birkin, a DB, a
the
Dooney and Birkin,
the
not the
Burke
Birkin.
came from. It's not a Birkin, it's a Burke, Dunienberg. You got a duck on the side of your pocketbook, lady. Now let me stop. But we have to understand that, and this is the thing that I really want to say, because you can get the bag, but you can't get it going about it a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain way to that, to level up. And a lot of times that you thinking just I'm gonna rap about it, put some extra extension on my eyelashes, and do a few little things, and then I'm there. It just doesn't happen right there. Because once you get the Puff Daddy, then you got to realize Puff said he practices the 80-20 rule or whatever. You might only get 20% of his time because he's busy, he's running around, but he gonna give you the 80% love, but you're only gonna get it 20% of the time or whatever. So you gotta understand there's gonna be things that come with that. I think a lot of our counterparts, they want it all, but they're not willing to accept the life that goes with that, or the conditions that come with that bag and a billionaire boys club member and all that other stuff. Because if he's a billionaire, that means he's hustling, he's grinding, he's getting to it. And a lot of times a female will come in your life and want them to be the center of your life, the center of your attention. You know, if you are I don't know, you breathing air, she might come you like, why you do you like air more than you like me? Do you love me more than air? You don't love me. And so we gotta have a, it's almost like a whole makeover in regard to the relationships with self-esteem. And you got to be happy. And one thing that I think a lot of us think can happen is, I'm gonna find somebody that can make me happy. No, you're not. What you need to work on is being happy and then finding someone. And hopefully you'll
Bing-
find somebody who's already happy. And then y'all can be
Bingo.
together. Come on, bro.
Let me touch on that, man. Stay on that point, man. Hold that thought, man.
Facts.
That's the whole shit. What's happening in the world without being happy? That's why you got millionaires commit suicide because
Come
they're
on.
not happy.
Come on.
Billionaires commit suicide. They're not happy. They got all the money in the world, but they're not happy. So what's happening? All that money, you're not happy.
What is
Period.
it?
It's all about being happy. Like happy, happy. Like wake up like with a motherfucking like natural high. You that
Super,
happy.
super happy.
Natural high. You don't have to have no weed or nothing. You're on a natural high. You so
Oh,
fucking happy. That's what life is about. Being
come on.
fucking happy. Happiness is more than money.
More than money. Think
More
about it.
than money, my nigga. Being happy, boy, you can have all the money in the fucking world. That's why I made the song Sad Millionaire. Because
Right.
I had all the money in the world. Not all the money, but I had a lot of money. But I still was sad because the money bought enemies. The money bought me having to watch my back because I got jewelry on. I'm riding around in nice cars. The money bought haters. You know what I mean? The money made friends stop fucking with me. They thought I went Hollywood. The money made bitches try to plot on me. You know what I mean? The niggas try to plot. The money made the police look at me. You know, you got this money, but it's making you stress. You're going
Right.
through all this shit. You know what I mean? I done got robbed hella times. You know what I mean? You stress. You got this money, but it's stressful. When I was a regular nigga on the block, it wasn't this much attention. All I had to worry about was the cops. I
Right.
ain't got to worry about so much hatred coming from everywhere. So it's about being fucking happy, man. Now I'm happy.
Bro.
Period.
Bottom
Being
line.
with your family, your kids is happiness, my nigga. When my kids and my wife leave the house, it's boring as fuck. Like it's just dead, my nigga. Now in my bachelor days, I would have had a million bitches in the crib. I can't do that now. I'm
Can't
just
do it.
by myself. It's dead. When I got my family, it's lovely. Everything cool. We chilling. Everything happy.
Right. Right.
It's happiness, my nigga. I think people don't know life until they experience real happiness, my nigga. You
Live.
start looking better. Your skin start looking good. You start, you know what I mean? You start glowing on their ass. You know what I mean? When you're happy. And happy comes from a found fucking dation. Period. Being
Absolutely.
settled, being everything, being cool, everything, being whoop, 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 set up. She handling her business, you handling your business, and the family is set. Period. That's happiness. She
That's
respecting you, she submitting to you, you submitting to her. That's happiness. You know what I mean? Now,
fact.
sometimes ain't perfect. Everybody gonna bump heads. You might
Right.
get an argument or two. You know what I mean? But other than that, you iron it out, separate, you know what I mean? Give somebody some room to breathe or whatever. Come back and say, okay, that was some bullshit. We love each other. Back to the
Fact.
house. You know what I mean? But I'd rather have that to be, like you say, rolling the dice because you niggas out there that just fucking every bitch, you know, it's disease that you could get outside the condom. Herpes, you
Sure.
know, other
Warts.
shit that you could get that you have with the condom on. The
Yeah.
condom could be on. You still could get herpes. You still
Fact.
could get other sexual transmitted disease from getting head. They got some old other shit, some new shit where they could give you something from the throat.
Yeah.
So you're rolling the dice, putting your life on the line.
Facts, bro. Let me
And
touch on,
down with your girl.
right.
Y'all have unprotected sex. It's just y'all two having sex. Make children, you know what I mean? Make a foundation, you know what I mean? Make the next Martin Luther King, make the next Malcolm X, make the next Barack Obama, make the next Floyd Mayweather, make the next Denzel Washington, make the
Right.
next motherfucking Jay-Z or whatever your child gonna be. Make the next motherfucking Serena Williams, make the next motherfucking whatever your child is gonna be. Period. And then continue on, whatever the grandkids gonna be, and this, that, and the third. That continues the family legacy, the name, the last name. It goes on and on. It continues from generation to generation. That's what it's about. Leaving your name and your legacy. Period. You can't do that by yourself.
Can't do it by yourself, bro.
Sorry about that.
The scripture says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. and all things else will be added unto you. See, the kingdom of heaven is happiness, right? That's what you're passionate about. Because when you're happy, when you're doing what makes you happy and what you're passionate about, then you are in heaven, right? So happiness is a state. Heaven is a state of mind. And happiness is a vibration or a frequency that puts you in that particular state of consciousness, of mind, of being. You know, when you say, is heaven up there behind the moon or on us? No, heaven's not up in the sky, right? So understanding that, we know it's a condition or a state of being. So when you decide what you want to pursue in life as a career, if it's playing basketball, if it's rapping, if it's being an artist, if it's being an architect, whatever you're doing, it has to be what you're passionate about. Because if you're, whatever you do, if you're passionate about it, when it gets tough, when it gets rough or the conditions change, you're going to keep doing it because doing that particular thing is what makes you happy. And so we have to realize that relationships, because this is a relationship type of conversation as well. Move over here to this charger so my phone don't crash on me. um, we have to put ourselves in a position of where we're happy, where we're content, and we're doing what makes us what we're passionate about, right? So we gotta do that in order to be able to keep going, because life is always going to present certain challenges and obstacles. And if you can't push through that, like you say, you might have a little argument or whatever, but you gotta be able to create space between one another, then come back and realize, hey, I love this person. This person is, giving me a child, or, put me in a position to further my name or further my own legacy or what have you. So you got to honor that at all times anyway. And, I'm just like, happiness, bro. If we're going to really break it down, what kind of percentage of us are really happy with what we're doing? We wake up every morning. Do we like the job we go to? Or, man, I hate my job, or I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Because if you aren't living that kind of lifestyle, then you ain't gonna have the glow. You're not gonna get that glow that the person has that is pursuing their dreams and making things manifest in their life that they want to see come true. So we got
Female,
we
female.
got. Go ahead, bro.
Let me shout out the females, man.
Please.
It's when your homegirl's like, oh, she glowing. 9 times out of 10, she's in a happy relationship with a dude that, gave her the best sex of her life. And continue to do that. So she and treating her the right way. Treating her like a queen. Really, making her happy.
Right.
So it's beyond sexual deeds. It's like lifestyle happy too. Y'all go kick it, y'all go have dinner, y'all go hang out. It's all cool. It's great. Boom.
Right.
So girl come back glowing. Sometimes they pregnant. You glowing. Oh, you must got a baby. So
Mm-hmm.
with that saying, happiness also make the female glow. When a
Right.
female hit the block with that glow, that female is happy because her man is making her happy. Her relationship
Mm.
happy. That glow is not because she just glowing. That glow comes from a relationship, a man being involved in her life. Period.
Right.
Straight up, that glow, that happiness. So also with men, you need them extra pair of eyes, man. You need that person that got your back, that sees things differently than you. You could
Come
be
on.
gang goofy, you could be motherfucking wet behind the ears, and your female spot some shit you don't spot. Four eyes is better than two.
Come on, y'all.
Two minds is better than one.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody to watch your back. You know what I mean? When you got love for niggas, she can see the nigga that's shiesty because this nigga over here peekaboo trying to get at your girl behind your back. Something that you don't know, and she'll bring it to the table. Watch that nigga. He ain't cool. You think this your homie to the death.
Right.
Same nigga you gotta watch. He do some shit that's fuck up everybody. Like, oh, my wife told me about this nigga. I knew he was a sucker. Yeah. Why you still hang with him? My girl
Mm.
told me about this nigga, man. Ah, I knew something was coming with this dude. So you need them extra pair of eyes and that extra pair of wisdom. You know what I mean? So
Right.
men could also be super alert. You need that balance. You know what I mean? Sometimes we ain't balanced. Sometimes we be game goofy so deep into the streets, into our homeboys, into Even family members, a girl could be like, yo, somebody that really got your back, that been there for years and peep the situation, could be like, yo, that's not a good situation. This dude been doing this, or this motherfucker been doing this, and they really don't got your best interest. You know, you love them, and you know what I mean. You got a big heart, but you know, be careful. And you're like, nah, this is my homie. I'm gonna keep fucking with him. Months down the line, this motherfucker do some bad business, fuck you all over. Like, damn, you told me, man. I should have listened to you. She's like, I've been told you about this nigga. I've been told you about this situation. You know what I mean? But you don't got nobody that could talk to you like that. You know what I mean?
Right,
Because your homies is gonna be on your team. Whatever you want to do, they gonna do. But the female gonna have, you know what I mean, something, you know what I mean, that she go, okay, okay. She could be like the homie too. Always want to do what you want to do. She, of course, she on that, but she always gonna surveil. You know what I mean, and make sure game is real. You know what I mean, to make sure the situation is right and see shit that you don't see behind your back. When you
right,
spin off from talking to this nigga, how he mean mugged, and talk to another nigga like, yeah, man, fuck that nigga, and she right there. They don't even know this your girl. Oh,
right.
fuck that. Think he all this, and then she done spent off. You know what I mean. Later on, when y'all get to the house, yeah, them niggas was talking about you. That the one you hugged, that nigga
Right.
don't fuck with you. He's like, oh, that's a bitch ass nigga. As soon as you walked off, you need that them extra pair of eyes. So the female could be them extra pair of eyes also, man. A man needs that. You know what I
See it.
mean? Some
See,
homies could be yes men. A female be like, nah, and go against. See the balance. You know what I mean? So
right.
it's the yin and the yang. So she gonna definitely tell you what's offsetting the balance. Period.
You know, there's never been a president of the United States that has not been married, just like a straight bachelor dude. And the reason why that is because one, anybody who's been in a relationship, who's been married or been in a relationship for any significant amount of time, understand that if you can hold a household down, if you can run your house and keep everything moving in somewhat a smooth order, you can run a whole nation. That's how high the bar is when it comes to a man being able to govern his house. Most of us have challenges, especially those of us who come from toxic relationships, broken homes, things of that nature. You're not able to hold your house together. You got, you know, all kind of issues at home. It's going to be very hard for you to run a business, to run a country, to run a company. Now I take my hat off to our guy Trump, because this man had, you know, all kind of wives, married, divorced, and you know he still is managing to be about business, but or his business rather. But it's very difficult if you can't hold it down in your home, to convince others that you are in a position, or to put you in a position to run a business. I don't know if you could hear that, but it's basically, you know, I think the litmus test for the presidency and major corporations, unless you build it from the ground up, is if you can't run your home, if you can't handle your home and let that thing move in a certain way, then it's going to be hard to believe that you can run the nation or the country or a big Fortune 500 conglomerate business. And so, you know, being able to be in a healthy relationship benefits you in so many other ways. Why you think when
Yo,
they ask you about your
yo,
car insurance, are you married, single, or divorced? When they ask you about certain other things that come with life, they want to know, are you married? If you are, you seem like you get a discount on things. You get certain privileges that others don't get because they understand that if you are holding it down like this, you're probably going to be more responsible. Probably going to not be out drag racing at nighttime and, you know, in your Hellcat. You're probably not going to do certain things. So I think that also when we talk about relationships and having the right one and leveling up, we have to make sure that we're putting ourselves, you know, it's almost like that Kevin Samuels thing. I like Kevin. A lot of people beat up Kevin, but he basically said, uh, look at yourself, see what you have to offer, then ask yourself, does a high value partner, am I bringing something to the table, a value that, is going to be desired by a person that has all the things that I want? You want a person that makes 6 figures a year, drives this kind of car, lives in this neighborhood, but you yourself, what are you bringing to the table? Overweight,
And
out of
what
shape.
goals have you accomplished? You want this millionaire? Are you a
There
millionaire? You want this nigga to have this big ass $1 million crib? Do you got $1 million crib? You want this nigga to be this successful? Are you that successful? All you bring to the table is vagina. Every female that I know in life has a vagina. What
Right.
makes you so special? Because you look good, you got a pretty face, you wear a
Right.
wig, you got some ass shots, you got some fake titties. Like,
I was
what
gonna
makes
say,
you better? Because there's a million other bitches with the same thing, probably even better work.
right,
What make you better? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, you bringing pussy to the table.
right,
Period. We bringing,
right.
dick to the table. You know what I mean? It is what it is, fair exchange of the robbery. But as far as the financial situation, if you only bringing pussy to the table and you ain't financially driven or financially well off, what makes you think that you could be in position to date this dude who's a millionaire? If you're not on that level, there's levels to this shit. Like, let me let them know. Millionaires hang with millionaires.
Come on.
Period. Middle class people, you know what I mean? We all, and lower class, we all do it all together. But the millionaires, that's why they got the rock brunch. What's that called? The Rockefeller brunch. Can any Tom, Dick, and Hank go to the brunch? Fuck no. That's a
No,
millionaire billionaire party where only
right.
the millionaires mingle. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? Fucking Hugh Hef used to have parties at the Playboy Mansion. Only the females was lesser. But the niggas that was in there was all millionaires. It couldn't be like no random motherfucker from the block being at the Playboy Mansion.
Right.
Unless you was a waiter or a motherfucker, you know what I mean? Some type of cocktail mixer or some type of shit, a bartender or some type of shit like that. Other than that, you will not be in that mansion. It's another level, it's an upper echelon. So that's why you see these celebrities dating the same chicks. Because why would they lower their level to ground level and they got these celebrity chicks with money on their level? Okay, he done with her, I'ma get her. You know what I mean? He done with her. We all got money. We on the same level. Why would I go down to dating a girl in the projects and I'm a millionaire? That shit don't add up. I'ma date the Chloes and the Kims and everything and all the other shit, the Rihannas and everything that come across the table. Cause this is our crowd. This is our parties. This is who I hang with. I'm at the bar with Rihanna. I'm at the bar with Woo Woo Wood and the Kardashians. I'm at the bar with this one and that one.
Right.
The millionaire parties.
Right.
Not at the club, at the motherfucking Magic City and shit like that. Okay, a millionaire probably come through, throw some money, but you ain't gonna be at the big dog shit. You
Nah.
probably could strip for him at the crib or something, whatever, but he ain't gonna wife you down. You're just entertainment to him. It's like a king and the motherfucking people come and entertain him. The jokers and shit, the
Right.
magic guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? The people that do dances. It's like a king. Okay, boom, entertain me. And he
Right.
keeps moving. He's not gonna lock you down. He's not gonna buy you no fucking Birkin bag. Niggas is going to the strip club getting tax write-offs right now. Shout out to Floyd Mayweather. He made that
Right.
happen.
Right.
So it's like it's a tax write-off right now.
Right. Charity, a charitable donation.
It's a donation, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, so don't really take it as that. It's a billionaires boys club, really a millionaires boys club. And if
Right.
you're not in that league, you're not gonna get them niggas. Period. I don't give a fuck what Kevin Samuels say. You gotta be in that boys club or that girls club. If you're not, that's why I used to wonder. I'm like, why do all the celebrities keep dating the same chicks? Because
Right.
they in the fucking club.
Right. There you go.
They're in that club. These other people are not in that fucking club.
And in the club, and you're not gonna date nobody that's in the club if you're not in the club.
If you're not on that level, why am I date a bitch that's a gym trainer or a stripper or you know what I mean, a bitch that do OnlyFans or no, you can
Mm.
entertain me for one night, but not lock you down. I'm dating Rihanna, some shit
Right.
like that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's right. And that's all you're gonna be dating. Because when you leave Rihanna, you're gonna date Chloe or Kim or Courtney. And when you leave that, you're gonna be, you feel me? So that's
Just
what it is. And
yeah,
and so now
yeah.
we look at it like a lot of us, if it's because of Instagram or if it's because
With Lori
of
Harvey,
media,
Lori Harvey, what's her name? The
yeah,
Harvey girl.
yeah.
You
Season,
don't grab her a couple times. You know what I mean?
season,
You're gonna have the city girls and shit like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You
Plus,
know,
you
you
a
probably
business.
run across a Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tory Lanez. You know what I mean?
All of this
Yeah,
too is
you
is,
gonna
is
be there.
all of this is brand certification. We're certifying my brand too, because once I start dating these kind of women, that's going to certify me as a celebrity or make sure that my brand is only going to be mentioned with these other brands, these other names, because these names really are brands, they're businesses. You know, a celebrity, you are a business. And so when you attach your name to something, that's a business move. And so we have to, I don't know, we got to understand that's what the whole thing, relationships, is all changed. It's business, it's hybrid, it's certain things. So if ladies would say, okay, we're not gonna be together for love no more. Used to be a love thing, so to speak. Now it's a business thing. Well, if it's gonna be about business, then treat the whole thing like business, because maybe we can do something. You feel me? If you taking care of your business and I'm taking care of mine, like you said, then we become that power couple, and we're able to level up. However, it just seems like, when one of us is taking care of business, then the other one says, well, I'm not, I'm going to lay back and I'm going to either glean off of the one that's moving, or I can relax now. And when you find somebody that's grinding and getting it, that's not the time to relax. That's the time to go harder for yourself, as an
Don't
individual.
lighten up, tighten up, nigga.
Facts.
Period.
Don't lighten up, tighten up. I like that. But that's what it is. And I noticed that in my own personal relationships. I can talk about me. It just seems like when I was grinding, my other significant other felt like they could relax or not have to put in that work to where we could get to the next level quicker. We're going to get there, but I'm not going to get there as fast as I can if you're grinding and you're helping and aiding and assisting and treating our relationship like it's the business, right? You're not going to, if you own a McDonald's franchise, you're going to make sure your employees are coming in time, coming to work on time. Nobody's stealing. Everything is running in order. We everything, right? So why
All
not
right.
relationship the
Let me
same?
land right quick.
Come on.
You hit out the park when you said the relationship is the business. Business. When you
That's
treat
right.
it as a business, that's when you really know what it is. The two of you is a business. Your
Right.
kids growing up to be whatever celebrity or whatever they could be in life is a business.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? You buying property and commercial property, you know what I mean? It's a business that you
Business,
could pass on, but it starts with you two coming together,
right?
right?
That's right.
Yeah, man.
The business. And if you really, really understood it, you would know it actually is a business. You can actually pay your children. Like if you own a business, you can write off certain part of your house. This is my office over here, or the whole basement is, my workshop. So I'm going to write off a certain part of the house. That's business. I'm going to pay each one of my children. As long as you pay them under a certain amount, whatever that is, you get your accountant, get your tax person. Each state is different. I'm not a lawyer, but you can actually
Look,
each
KJ did the fake ass emojis like she got a question or something. KJ, the
okay,
link is up there. You need to step your ass up in here, KJ Janelle. Step your ass up in here and tell me. I need some females, period, to step in
fact,
here. I'm gonna post the link one more time, and any females that got a problem with what we talking about, I'm about to post the link for y'all to step in, especially you,
come
K,
on, yuck,
whatever, K.
come on, yuck. That's what I'm
KK, step your ass in here. I just posted a link. Step your ass in here. You had the little emoji like
say it, say it, because the conversation only happens when everybody joins in. I'm looking for you. So if there's anybody that has a comment that would like to add to the conversation, or maybe you
hey
can
boy.
say something that the guys ain't doing, let me know. I'm waiting. I'm looking. I'm looking. I don't see no
KJ
KJ.
said he know what's up. KJ, step your ass up in this motherfucker. Let's see what you got to talk about. I really need some females to really land. You know what I mean? Because I like what Cam Newton girl was talking about.
Yes.
It's a few girls on Instagram talking that shit like, yo,
You
be down for your man. You know what I
listen,
mean?
you
Why you females ain't got no man. You
It's a
know?
few of them out here when I ask about child support, for example, that will tell you that the child support is bull crap. That will tell you, yep, that will tell you certain things that have been going on is designed to keep us apart. And what's happening is there's certain females out there that take advantage of those conditions and use that as a platform to look down on their male counterpart. And we got to stop doing that. The men got to have a deeper appreciation for womanhood, and women got to understand that the men out here really are putting it down. It's almost like that women buy into the narrative that no good men, no good fathers, no good dad, and that's just not true. A lot of the conditions are created because of outside influences that one party or another allows to come into the relationship. Did KJ Janelle, did she ever get online? I want to see that.
Hell nah. She didn't get
This, this,
online, bro.
this posted stuff.
She
This is
marked.
the problem with relationships. We're talking about relationships, right?
Right.
So what do women do? You should already know what I'm thinking. You should already
Yeah,
know.
yeah. That's what she said. She said he know what I'm talking about. Like, what the fuck you mean? Come. But the thing
I
is, unless
see
you
it.
got your eyelashes on, unless you got your full makeup kit, unless you got your wig on, you probably don't feel comfortable on this stage. You know what I mean? You gotta be glamored. Like females gotta be glamored up. Like I like a natural chick. Like be natural, a little lip gloss or something. You know what I mean? Fuck it, be natural. Hair in a ponytail, nigga, sweatsuit on. Be natural. Nobody.
Right.
That's the real. That show your real
Be
beauty,
the
who you really
real
are.
you. Be the real
Without
you.
that shit, females think they can't be nowhere without their eyelashes or their wig.
Be yourself. Be yourself. That's the number one thing. Be yourself. If you're not being yourself, then eventually the relationship probably not going to work because at one point in time, you're not going to have the lashes and the wig and the nails and all that stuff on. So be yourself. That way you don't have
Or the makeup. Some
right.
niggas wake up with the whole clown face on their pillow, like, what's this? And then
What
wake up and like, who is this? Like
feeling the
they
eye?
go to sleep and wake up to somebody they never met. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, did you sneak in
Right.
my room? Like, I just took my eyelashes off my makeup. Like, bitch, who are you? You ain't the one I went to sleep with.
Not the same person. This is not the same person that I came home with. And so it's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of that going on in the physical. It's a lot of going on in the mental, spiritual world too.
Well,
It's
I like what Nally said. Man, Pete, what
come
Nally said.
okay. Submission is a form of intimacy. A mature woman will balance a relationship. Facts, bro.
Well, look, that we need Nally in this motherfucker, man. Tap
See,
in, man. To
see,
up this.
this is a thing. You have to understand. Yuck, you hit the nail on the head. When she submits to him, then he automatically submits to her. Well, I won't say automatically, generally, right? Because if we
They
just talk,
both need to
let's talk
submit.
about Cam. Let's talk about Cam. If she rubbing Cam's feet after 2 days and rubbing his back and bringing him his iced tea or doing whatever he likes, don't you think she gonna get the Birkin bag?
Absolutely.
Get it.
Absolutely. But look, if she's submitting, he's submitting too. He could have another bad bitch doing the same thing. He's submitting too. He could be out there with, he could be like on some Floyd Mayweather shit. Floyd got like 20, I don't know what he got, but he got multiple bitches and he dating them all at one time and they all hang out together. They all cool. It's like one big family.
Yeah,
He could
yeah,
be like that. I need multiple chicks. I'm not locking down with nobody. Cam said I'm locking down with just you. He
just you.
sacrificed and submitted to her.
Right.
Continue.
Facts. I think that he could do that. He's got the financial ability to do it. He's an athlete, just like you know about all athletes. You in a different city every Sunday. So, you know, you in LA this week and you in Kansas City the next week and you in New York the next week. I think he could do that, but he's making a sacrifice. I think if she's willing to do it, So let's take Nick Cannon for example. Nick got a bunch of babies by a bunch of baby mamas, and he said he don't plan on stopping, right? He gonna be Nick. However, he run into the right one who I don't want to say
He
satisfies his
he
needs.
did run. He did run into the right one. He ran into
Mariah,
Mariah Carey.
yeah,
Yeah,
Mariah
fuck you talking about?
to fight him behind Mariah. He was gonna beat up Marshall Mathers behind Mariah. You know,
And yeah, and nigga, and y'all mad at Will Smith? Stop it!
he's gonna beat up Marshall Mathers. So you find the right one, he's gonna act right. He's going to, he's gonna acquiesce, if you will. But you got to do your part, ladies. You got to do, everything that it takes to get him. You got to keep doing it to keep him. Let me get over here to this charger because I think we finna have some technical difficulties. I'm finna stop that right now. But go ahead, bro. We here. I'm rolling with you. Y'all just gonna walk through the ill manner.
Yeah. Plug your charger in, man. Get your charger game going on, man. You feel me? Get your El Chargimando going on. But at the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, like you were saying, bro, like we both submit. You know what I mean? The male and the female submit. The females got to get off the shit to where they just submit. We all submit. We all
Right.
sacrifice to make the
Fact.
shit work. Period.
Facts, bro.
It's submission and sacrifices on both fucking sides. But if you want great results, if you want a foundation, if you want that power couple, if you want them kids that's gonna lead the next shit, you know what I mean? If you want them businesses and all that shit that you plan on doing, teamwork make the dream work. What's better to do with your family instead of other niggas?
Right.
I do it with my family.
Facts. And why
Period.
would you?
Why
And
have
why
anybody
would you?
else work with you or run the business but your family? You
But
know,
your
shout out
fam.
to my Arabic niggas. Shout out to my motherfucking Armenian niggas. Shout out to my Russian niggas. Shout out to my Mexican niggas. When they own a store, they're family. Nigga, from the little kid to the oldest kid, nigga in college, nigga to the
Right.
grandma to the granddaddy. They all working in that store. The whole
Everybody.
fucking family. They got different shifts.
Everybody.
The ones that own
Everybody.
7-Elevens. I see nigga the 7-Eleven down the street from me. They whole family in there. Grandma, nigga, granddaddy, nigga, uncle, nigga,
Everybody.
nephew, nigga, sister, brother, nigga, little ones, nigga, the little mini, nigga, they all in there. The whole family, different shits.
Right.
But they got a
And,
whole 7-Eleven, nigga. That's their family shit. They got own a 7-Eleven, nigga.
right.
Period. Commercial
And they
property,
teaching
nigga.
each other. They teaching the young ones at an early age. This how you make money. This how you count money. This how you run the cash register. This how you deal with the customer. This is how you run the business. And so
Now
when you
they did
12 years old,
they bounce off. Then they bounce off and get smoke shops. You know what I mean? Gas stations. You know, I'm talking about what
why
the
don't you get
kids do.
on
The
here?
kid will go get a gas station, a smoke shop. You know, got a nightclub. You know what I mean?
You
This
can
what
get on
type of
your
money
own
they
phone
getting.
to come on.
This what
Right.
type of money they getting together. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So they bounce off and do all type of car wash, nigga, all types of shit that the family members do besides 7-Eleven. But they making that much money together to where they could go bounce off and branch off and do different endeavors and different properties and commercial properties and businesses and shit. They can do that because it's all together and they making
All
money
together. And they're gonna turn on the rest of the family. If they run across a real estate deal, they run across some property, they run across something that they run across something that can be beneficial to the family, they're going to introduce it to the family. Now all of a sudden we got a 7-Eleven and we got Nelson Property Management going on because we own 2 or 3 duplexes and multiple family living units or what have you. And
and that's
so
what they doing. They own
as
a luxury car lot where they
luxury
got all
and
the
see
luxury
business, the
cars.
way business works, once you understand how the business works, then you just apply that same concept to whatever it is that you're doing. And so that way you just keep on building and growing. But that's how it works. Now, when
My nigga,
since we're talking about
look,
that,
look. My
come
nigga
on.
said it. You got to collectivize, Willie. You got to collectivize, man.
That's
That's
the
one of my
theme.
punchlines that I'll be saying. You got to
Hey, bro,
collectivize.
every time we talk, that needs to come up. Collectivize.
You
Because
got to
all it
collect.
means is you got it. You got to. You got to. Because without that, we don't build, we don't grow, we don't ever level up. and we talk about relationships. This is because the whole thing was relationships. So I want to keep it relationship oriented. Look at the, like you said, the Armenians, look at the Mexicans, look at these other groups of people who have these businesses, who got things going. Then look at the type of relationships that they have. When you look at certain cultures, look at relationships in certain cultures, it's established the male role, the female role. When you take the Latin culture, our Spanish brothers and sisters, right? Even in the language, there's a differentiation between male and female. So you might have mija and mijo. Mijo is boy, mija is girl. You go into a Mexican household, the man always sits at the head of the table or the end of the table. It's just certain things. You look at certain Muslim societies, she may ride in the back seat and then the man ride in the front seat, or there's just certain customs and traditions. And we look at those things and say, oh, that's messed up. Oh, look at that. That's sexist or this or that. However, when we look at the culture and we look at what's going on, they're able to have businesses. They're able to have multiple homes, multiple things going on because they're running it in a certain order. And I'm not saying that we have to imitate everybody else out there.
No, they
Things ain't going to work.
collectivize. They
They
collectivize,
collectivizing. They
Willie.
collectivizing.
They
They unity.
collectivize, Willie. Look, I
Listen,
think the
come
Mexican
on.
family all live together in one big ass 8-bedroom mansion. They
Come
got
on.
motherfucking Benzes, motherfucking Bentleys, nigga Escalades, nigga. They got motherfucking mobile homes, nigga. And they got all types of motherfucking taco trucks and motherfucking food trucks and shit parked on the side, nigga. And they all live in the same spot doing multi big business, my nigga. Why we
Getting,
don't get on that level? But we on relationships though. Now we done went to like really like
but
races and
look,
shit, like
all
you
of it
know.
has to do with
But it starts
relationships.
with the relationship,
It all
right?
has to, exactly. It all has to do with relationships, the money, the cars, the house, the business, the job, the family, the children, all of that. Because we said the relationship or the family is the fabric of society. So if you
Facts.
can get that right, then you can get the other things right. What
How can a
we're having,
motherfucker? How can a motherfucker that just hopped over the border last week, you know what I mean, be driving an Escalade a month later, has his own taco truck, has all this shit going because his family already got shit set up for when he come out here. Period. Niggas think like, oh, he just sat in front of motherfucking Home Depot all day. No. His family has a house. He was able to stack his money, nigga, with his family, lining shit up, and then he was good. Period. Straight up. It didn't
right,
happen with just
right,
little motherfucking little ghosts or whatever. You know what I mean? It's called
right,
little spooky. You know what I mean?
right,
His nickname, little spooky, little
mhm,
Casper. Little
right.
Casper just doing motherfucking shit in front of Home Depot. No, his
No,
family all together
right.
making
This dude don't
cheddar.
even speak English. This guy done flew
He
in
can't
from
even speak
Honduras.
English.
He done flew in from Indonesia. Got
Bro,
his
he
little
done
food.
crossed the border. He got more money
Listen,
than you.
more money than you. Got a little food truck going, a little restaurant. Got his car. Got his little girlfriend. He done is sending money back because he gonna bring her over here next after he gets set up. He gonna bring her over here, and they have a plan. They have an idea. They have a
They
certain
have
structure to
goals.
go.
They have goals and they execute that shit. Period.
Back.
But it starts from the family structure. It takes
Right.
his mom, his father, his cousin, his brother, his uncle, his auntie to bring him in when he came over across, and they already had the shit. Man, lay down right here, stack up, do your shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. We all putting in the pot to pay this mortgage. We all putting in the pot to do this, that, and the third for the groceries and the bills. Other than that, nigga, stack your money. Period.
And put a
If the
little
more look,
extra
look,
up.
you got an 8-bedroom mansion and your mortgage is 6,000 a month. You got 8 niggas living in that motherfucking mansion with eight
No, eight
bedrooms,
families. Eight families.
eight families, 8 bedrooms. How much is the mortgage? What is your cut on that? $6,000, 7,000 a month. You got 8 people in it. What's your mortgage compared to one person paying that seven
Right.
thousand by itself?
Right.
Or that 6,000 by themselves? Like that's what people is going. Or that 10,000 by themselves.
That's
That's
what
what
we
the
got tricked
what
into. We
that
got tricked into, I gotta have my own. I can't have nothing with nobody else. I gotta have this. We got tricked into that because those guys, the ones that you just named, in that with the 8 families living in the 8-bedroom mansion and all of that, there's only still one gas bill. There's only one utility bill. There's only one. You feel me? And
One
also, we got
cable
about
bill, one
listen. And
cable
got
bill. You know what I
I
mean? They
did.
all pitch in on the
We all
groceries and shit.
not to mention, you know how much daycare is, don't you? You got one child. That's $800 a week on daycare stuff. So now you got a babysitter. You got somebody gonna watch the children when you go to work because Granny gonna live there, and you know she ain't doing
You
nothing but
got
making.
Granny there. You got Granny there.
Granny
Granny in
gonna
the
be
building. She at the
cooking.
house all day.
Look, Granny over there making tortillas. She making
Grandpa, Grandpa
making
and that motherfucker, you know what I mean?
listen,
Budweiser, barbecuing and shit. Got motherfucking corner side on a barbecue grill. Yeah, it's
everything.
lit. Yeah, while everybody working, Grandpa and Grandma right there.
Man, cooking, cleaning, babysitting, making sure everything's good. You got somebody help you with the homework. If you need to work late, you can stay later. If you need to do anything, why? Because you got a family unit. You collectivizing. You collectivizing. Where we're being divided, everybody else is coming together. Everybody else is
And
coming
then
together.
look, let me reset the podcast, man. We ain't like somebody said that we Mexican worshiping. No, it's more than Mexican people. Asian people do this, Indian people, all types of
Native Americans. Let's talk about Native Americans. They all
Native
live on a
Americans, like
reservation,
come
but
on.
they still collectivizing.
They
Let's talk. Let's talk
collectivize.
about the
And
Koreans. They collectivizing. Let's talk about the
everybody
Jews.
collectivize.
Let's talk about Jewish people. They collectivizing. Everybody
Collectivize.
is. Everybody done got the memo.
But
But
us.
us.
But
I'm
us.
we still
That's
supposed to
that's
be
that's the
banging.
whole shit. And then the memo starts with the women because if the women don't submit and the man don't submit, you can't collectivize
Can't
because we're
collectivize.
separated.
Well, first of all, our women have bought into the narrative that most of us we ain't nothing. We ain't ish. We don't we no good. We're this. We don't keep a job. We beat our women. We're mean. We're all these negative stereotypes and connotations that they put on us, the marks that they put on us. You said it in another podcast. We play basketball the best. We run the fastest. We jump out. We do everything the best. Everybody want to do like us, but don't nobody want to be us. They want to have
No,
all our
they
kids
want to be us, but they don't want to have the circumstances that we
that
actually
we
got
have. Right,
in
right,
society. They
right.
want to dress like us, act like us,
We'll
talk
play
like
basketball like us. Want to rap,
everything.
everything.
But they don't want the circumstances that come with being that color.
We're
You know what I
being
mean? Now we are a podcast that's very, you know what I mean, with the bullshit when it comes to that type of shit. We gonna land. We gonna talk about shit that everybody's afraid to talk about. You know what I
right.
mean? And it's a big like not to go off grade, but let's go with the Roe versus Wade shit.
Come on, we was gonna
Oh,
get into that.
that whole shit is to make them reproduce.
Right.
This hip hop music, the Megan the Stallion, like there's certain songs, not every song. There's certain songs. Divide and conquer, my nigga. You split up, and then let's not talk about the government that you can't get welfare and government benefits if you have a man in the house. So
Facts.
that separates the man too. You can't get welfare, EBT, none of that shit if you got a man in the house.
That's
So that
right.
separates the relationship. So you got music separating the relationship, you got the government separating the relationship, and then you got them, do the Roe versus Wade shit to empower what they're going through, to make the people have more children because it's a population thing. It's
Well,
population
but
control.
right
Go
there
ahead.
you go. It's population control, but what was taking place was they created all these Planned Parenthoods and all these abortion clinics, and the design really was so that the
To take
Asiatic
us out.
woman, yeah, so
To
it would
take
take
us
us
out.
out. But what happened is they started going to the clinic because Becky she don't want her daddy to know she's pregnant by
By
Tyrone
black,
or by
by
whoever,
Tyrone.
by
Yeah.
Tyrone. And then Becky's also worried about I got to go to college and I got to graduate on time and I got to. So Becky and them started. Why you think the Plan B pill and all of that? They started doing that stuff more than the intended target. So now that their numbers are falling off, and I say they, I mean Caucasians, white folks, not trying to be disrespectful or throw any shade, and I just say white because we're using the terms white and
No,
black,
they're just
whatever.
being
You know,
outnumbered.
they're not reproducing. So what has
They're
to
about
happen
to
is we
they're
got
about
to
to be
we got to
outnumbered.
take away the abortion clinic. We got to stop that stuff because it's not affecting the targeted market the way we wanted to, and it's actually backfiring. And our young girls are getting abortions. Man, most European girls I know, by the time they 35, they done have 1 or 2 abortions. I know they have. I went to
Hey,
school with them. I seen them. I
go
know.
go to Seattle and go to Portland and see how many white women having children by black men. The whole thing is that they need to have children by their kind. They're a
Right.
mixed breed. And a white chick will be with an Asian dude, a Mexican dude, a black dude. You know what I mean? Before they'll be with a
Facts.
white guy. You know what I mean? Unless he's some type of celebrity or some type of shit like that, then they gonna clinch on to him. But an average white guy probably ain't dating a white chick. And then
Right.
vice versa.
And
The
then
white
he's
guys,
looking.
hold on, vice versa. The white guys is dating like the real dark Afrocentric chicks. You know, the
Right.
ones that don't wear the weaves, the ones with the dreads that's real dark, like dark. You know what I mean? They I
Exotic. They
track.
call him exotic. He's looking for something exotic. That's what the
Exotic
Euro.
dark, like plum
Yeah.
dark. Like they
Yeah.
want so with both of them. It's the white guy dating the dark black chicks, and with the white chick dating the black male. Period. So on
Period.
both levels, they going against what they want. The government want to go down, and at the end of the day, man, it's gonna be a mixed breed society.
That's all it is. It's going to be a melting pot.
It's
It's
going
going
to
to be
be
a
a mixed breed of society. It's going to be a gumbo pot of all type of different races mixed with each other, and that's going to be the next breed that comes in the next century. You know what I mean? It's going to
right.
be all half breeds. It's not going to be one pure this or one pure that. Everything going to be half breed, mixed with
But it
this, mixed with
happens.
that.
This happens every time. We act like it's something new. It happened in ancient Egypt. It happened in Rome. It happened in all these places. Once the say Rome, once you become the most dominant force on the planet, then you start to attract everybody from everywhere else, all the nations. But America's always been a melting pot. It's been a trading post where people would come from other parts of the world and trade and barter and mix and mingle and be introduced to other cultures and other types of people. It's always been like that. And now that we're entering into a new age, yep, we're starting to see that come back around again. When you look at America, it's more diverse than any other where in the world. You go to China, you're predominantly going to see Chinese people. Uh, you're not going to see a big mixed pot of people, but you get that here in the United States of America. So as a result of that, as we continue to move forward in time and life and circumstances and jobs and school and all that other stuff, you're going to be sitting next to other people. You're going to be working next to different cultures and ethnicities, and it's inevitable. We're going to come together. That's what people do, unless there is a system that is in place to keep us divided or keep us separated, which we're starting to see the breakdown of those cultural barriers. So anytime you're in a place where everybody's at and you working next to somebody from a different race or a different ethnicity, you're going to school, you're playing ball, you're doing whatever, you're going to intermingle unless there is a system in place that keeps you separated, like white supremacy or something like that. But with us seeing that starting to break down, you're going to start to see the intermingling of all the cultures and identities. And I think that's just the way it's going. And so some of us are going to understand that it behooves us to make sure that we understand where our ancestors come from, or what nationality we are. But pretty soon we're going to be so mixed up and this person is grandpa was Irish, and my other grandma was Native American, and then I had an uncle who was Chinese, and then my other uncle and my third cousin, it's gonna be that, bro. So we got to understand that that it's just a way of the world, is the condition. Now, having said that, and this is my own personal opinion, we're not going nowhere. You and I, we're not going nowhere because we have the dominant gene, right? Our genes produce everything else that's out there. Our females have what they call the Eve gene. That means through our female, every shade of olive hue can come out. White boy, brown, tan, red, yellow, all of that comes through our female. And so, having said that, we're not going nowhere. They're not going to eliminate the quote unquote the Asiatic man or the black man. Is not going nowhere because we are the fathers of all of this stuff. We're the fathers and mothers of the human family. The whole
But let's
thing.
be real. Let's be real. If you
Come on.
eliminate all the blacks in America, you got Africa and you got Australia, you got all the islands. Like we spread around everywhere, even in the Europeans, and
Everywhere.
they
Right.
have a black Madonna in Europe.
Facts.
I done been there in Germany 1,000 times. They have statues of a black Madonna with a black Jesus
Right.
in Germany
In Germany, in Europe.
and the Vatican too. Also in the
Right.
Vatican. So
Right.
it's
If you
like we
look up
raising. They know what it do. They know it all come from Africa, and they remixed it. It's like with everything, you know what I mean? Once they learn it, they remix it and they do their thing on it. Period. It's with everything. Look what they do with the music. You know what I mean? Like, let's take it back to the rock and roll and the jazz days and shit like
mm-hmm.
that. They'll get their version of it, and that's the person that made jazz. They'll get their version of rock and roll, and that's the person that made rock and roll. But it
Fact.
started with us.
Started with
It
us.
started with us, but they made the business and,
Right.
and incorporated it and trademarked and all the shit that we didn't know how to do. They same shit. They remix our shit every time.
Every time.
And it becomes them. Just like with the Bible, they remix that. They remix all the religious stuff to make it look like them. Not all of them, but just this. The
So check
Bible. They made it look like
the
it
whole
was.
thing. The whole thing, bro.
Look at
Even
the
from
movies. Look at the Egyptian movies. They have white people playing Egyptians.
look
They
at the
never had
let's look at the medical.
the only African movie they did that really represented African was Shaka Zulu.
Right.
Other than that, all the other African movies had white people being like Egyptians and shit.
Right. Facts. Well, let's look
Literally.
at before a doctor can become a doctor, or as a part of that process, they have to take what's called the Hippocratic Oath. And this is based on a Greek individual. If it's Hippocrates or whoever the guy's name is, I'm probably messing it up and I shouldn't do it. But they take an oath, and the oath basically says, we vow to help anybody that's in need. You're a doctor. You're going to give medical treatment to those who need it. It's an oath that they take, and it's kind of like uh, a rites of passage if you're going to be in the medical field. But what it's doing, it's an ode to a Greek doctor, and they say this is the guy, the father of medicine, and this and all of that. But when you go back and you look at all the Greeks, they'll tell you we got all of our information from the Egyptians. It was a brother by the name of Imhotep. Hotep. He was the first doctor that ever touched that ever did it. He gave the science of medical practicing to the world. But they won't say that we got this from this brother over here in Egypt, who really is the master of all doctors, named Hotep. We're going to give it to a Greek guy named Hippocrates, or we're going to give the math to a Greek guy by the name of Pythagoras. We call it the Pythagorean theorem. And you don't know that the Egyptians, the Cushites, the Kemites, that we're responsible for all math, for all astrology, for all the mapping of the solar system, the stars, the everything. Why don't you understand that? And so we have to know who we are. That takes us a place. I'm actually having distractions. Someone who knows that I'm online talking to you keeps texting me. So every time I'm talking, it's popping up in a text message. They won't come online and say it, but they mad because I'm talking about relationships. And I've been had this conversation set up to talk to you about it before we went offline. But my
Yo,
phone is
we was
beeping.
about to talk about this about 3 weeks ago.
My
Literally.
phone is beeping because they keep hitting my line, trying to mess up the feed, which is crazy because they could just come on
Who?
here.
Now I ain't gonna say who, but like,
They
wow.
could just come on here and say whatever they want to say, but they don't want to do that. So,
Okay.
but this is the thing about relationships. When we
Hey,
talk about that,
look. My wife is watching and she's enjoying.
right,
You know, my sisters-in-laws and all types of family members is watching this. They enjoy us. You know what
right,
I mean? Period. So everything's gravy over here. Period. How
beautiful.
everything's good. But
We
they
good.
want to stop over talking to everybody. So I'm gonna let you land.
I just we got to have the conversation. If we plan to win as people, as a business, as a nation, inside of a nation, we have to at least have a understanding, a working understanding of relationships. We had it at one time because grandma and grandpa only came in. You know, grandpa probably cheated on grandma. She hit him with a cast iron skillet and they went on ahead and had 13 more grandkids. You know, they went on. We don't understand that no more. We don't process the whole concept of marriage, the death to us part, through good, through bad, through ups, through down, through sickness, through health. We don't understand that. And what I mean we don't understand that is, you know, say two people get married and they say, do you promise to love and honor through, and then they name all these things. And then you're supposed to say, I do, or I don't, or whatever you're going to do with that. But it's not saying if you should be up, can you hang on? If you should be down, or if he gets sick, or if you happen to lose your money or whatever. No, they're saying when this happens, because it's gonna happen. Just keep living. You're gonna have an argument. You're gonna have a bad business deal where you end up losing some, or you're gonna have to bounce back. You know, if there's an old saying, down 6, up 7. That's the whole science behind the soda 7 Up. I don't know if you ever knew that, but the inventor was trying to make a pop or soda, and he kept failing. He failed 6 times, but the 7th time he won. So he said, every time I fall down, I'm going to get up. So if I fall down 6 times, I'm 7 up. If I'm down 6, I'm get up 7, until he came up with 7 Up. We don't understand that process of falling down, the process of growth through our foes and through the pain, and we have problems and obstacles. That's how you grow. That's how you get together. That's how you learn one another. So we don't want to put in that work. We want everybody to cater to us. We think that we are the center of the universe, which you are, until you get into a relationship with someone else, and you have to learn how to balance that space, and then go from there, because your power has increased, because you got the power of 2 now. Like you said, 4 eyes better than 2. You know, or you know, all of these things are now you have access to it. But if you don't know how to utilize it, then it can actually be to your detriment. You know, it's not in the possession of a good thing, but rather in the application. So you can possess something, but if you don't know how to use it, then it can be a problem. And I think that's where we are with relationships. We got all the tools, we got the resources, we got all the information, we got all the technology, but the basic fundamental part of life, being able to communicate with the opposite sex, the opposite, you know, your counterpart, and learning how to make that work. If you could make that work. Now, if you're 22 or 23, I understand that you're still trying to figure it out. You might have multiple girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever. But when you get to be a certain age, I think that you say, okay, I need to have somebody I know is down for me, somebody I'm down for, and then we can start to build. We can start to grow. We can start to make things happen. But until you get to that level of maturity, it ain't gonna work. And I think that if we're not careful, we're all gonna get led down this road where we think that we can do it all by ourselves. I don't need nobody. I got my own car. I got my own house. And then you realize at the end of the day, it ain't even really about none of those physical possessions. All that stuff comes and goes. If you had it once, you can have it again. it's the intangible things in life that really matter. You know, somebody that you know, just that peace of mind, knowing somebody got your back, can be the difference in you being successful or not. So that's kind of where we at. But I just want everybody to contemplate, you know, their self, and then contemplate the relationships that we're having. Are we having healthy relationships? Are we giving energy to the right things in the relationship? So that's all kind of we wanted to tap on. What you got, bro? That's what it is. That's that yin and yang. That's it. That's the whole science of life right there, bro.
This what it is, my nigga. The yin and the yang, bro. Period. That's what it is. This
Facts.
is the balance of life. That's the sign. The Asian people got it. That's man and woman together to make life what it is. Period. The negative and the positive. This is what
Mm-hmm.
it is. And period. And it has all types of shit on the side that you can read and whatnot. But this is what
Right.
it is, man. If you only got the yang, if you only got this side, you missing. You ain't solid. You ain't full. You ain't complete. If you only got that side, you ain't complete. You ain't
You ain't
solid.
complete.
When you got this shit, you complete. You
Complete.
solid. Just know that. That's why
Just
they
know
got
that.
the sign. That's why the Asian dudes make this a sign. That's why the motherfucking people that meditate, you know what I mean, make this they sign, because this is what life is.
That's
This is
right.
a life symbol. You
That's
know what I mean?
right.
Period. This is a life symbol. Even with Earth, you know what I mean? You get the yin and yang. You wake up to the yin and yang every day.
Every day.
The sun, the yin. The moon, the yang. It's light, you know what I mean? And then it's darkness. It's a balance. It don't stay light. I mean, unless you're in Australia or something. I mean, in Alaska, you'll get
Alaska.
light. Yeah, it'll get dark for about an hour or two. Then it's right back to light in the summer. But unless you up there, you're gonna witness yin and yang in life, light and darkness. When light and darkness come together, it's powerful. That's why we got the universe. That's why we got Earth. It's powerful.
It's powerful, bro. And let me add a little value to that. When you have that yin and yang there, and you see those two elements in there, just know one does not exist without the other.
Without the other,
If you
right?
take
That's
one
what makes
away,
one.
if you take one away, the other does not exist. Period. And
So
so,
imagine if we took the sun away, we don't got the moon. I mean, all we got is the moon. All we got is darkness in the
it's
moon.
over.
That's our sun. Now, what if we took the moon away? We
It's
don't got
over.
no light when it's dark. The moon is our light when it's dark,
Right.
right?
That's right. So as you look at that and we use that as the analogy, you can't take the man away and you can't take the female away. Otherwise, you if to take one, you eliminate the other. And when you look at what's going on with the culture right now, it seems like that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to
Yeah.
eliminate the man and the woman, or one or the other. They just
They're
trying to
eliminating the yin and the yang.
listen. They're eliminating that. So
That's
to
why
to the
I
point,
put that symbol up. They separating it.
separating it to the point to when a baby is born, they don't even want to put a gender on the baby. They just want to, say it's a it or something, to where it's man, I think we had an aha moment, bro, because just thinking about that, that's what's really going on. When we look at the dynamics that are taking place in our culture and in society, they're trying to eliminate male and female. Really is what's trying to happen, or either try to somehow
But
reverse the rotation.
But look, that's why it's so much of a push for the letter people. Like, as much as we needed reparations and all types of other things, and just the black community, they went hard, like giving the LGBT community their rights was giving black people their rights. So when you push that hard for that community, right? What did that say? If you this type of style, you're not reproducing. If you're man on man, or you're girl on girl, or whatever your privilege is, whatever you do behind your closed doors, that's y'all. No disrespect. But you're not reproducing children. You gotta adopt somebody, right? That's
Right.
somebody that already produced. but they're not producing. So now, took this woman from society or this man from society that can reproduce. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's another thing with depopulation. They're not trying to have us reproduce.
Right.
Period. They trying to separate it and blow it up. Like, okay, cool, that's cool. Whatever you do behind closed doors, that's great. You know what I mean? But it wasn't put in the public like that. We didn't know that as a child. I didn't have to watch Disney and Cartoon Network or whatever I watched when I was young, or PBS or whatever we had, or Sesame Street, and seeing, what I mean, that type of shit stuff going down. But when we grew up, it was behind closed doors. I had a
Right.
gay uncle. My uncle named Mike. He was
Right.
gay, right?
Right.
Never seen him hug a man, kiss a man, hold a man hand, nothing. We just knew he was gay. That was the word around the campfire.
Right.
Period. He had a boyfriend in his house. They never did nothing intimate in front of nobody. When we
Right.
leave, they do their thing. That's how it used to be. We never seen how that went down. We just said no, like, oh, they kind of funny, or whoa, that's weird. But
Right.
we would never see it like in our face. Now it's just like blown in front of the kids' face, like they are young. They seeing this in cartoons, in their books. They seeing this in school. You know what I mean? But what that
Right.
promote? Depopulation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you gotta be called it. You can't be called a man or girl. Like, it's depopulation, because if you separate that, then who's gonna populate if you separate them? Right?
There'll be nobody here to reproduce. And it's crazy because it's being almost, I won't even say forced on people, but if you happen to have a different opinion, then you're shunned, right? I heard I think it was Cat Williams or some, I was a comedian, but it was Cat, and he said, we living in the dark ages, that, right? Anytime you can be persecuted for telling the truth, it gives you, it lets you know what time you're living in, right? So if you come out and say, okay, I'm not mad at nobody that's in the letter group. However, I know that nature is set up or designed like this. This is how it works in every other animal kingdom, with birds, bees, bears, lions, tigers, everything works
Oh
this
my!
way. Oh
Oh
my.
my! Oh my!
Everything works like this, from plants to minerals to fish to lions, tigers, bears. Oh my.
Oh
The
my!
male, if you think about it, anybody, for all my plumbers out there, if you ever been fixing on the sink and you got that piece of PVC pipe, and that PVC pipe, you screw it into one other pipe. One pipe is called the male, the other is called the female. This is in this, if you're a plumber, that's what the pipe is called. And you plug the male into the female. This is how it works. It doesn't go. You don't put your socks over your shoes. You
Hold
put your
on.
socks on, then your shoes on.
Look.
Go ahead.
Let's go into Bible terminology. If
Let's get it.
people ain't religious, for my religious people, God didn't create Adam and Adam.
Right.
God
Adam
didn't
and
create.
Steve.
He didn't create Eve and Eve.
Right.
He created Adam and Eve, and now we
Right.
have a population that we call the Earth.
And when you talk about Noah's Ark, just for those who follow the narrative, he put two of each animal on the ark.
A
He didn't,
male and a female, right?
there you go. He didn't take two male lions and put them on the ark together. He didn't take two male water buffaloes or two female chickens and put them on the ark. He put a male and a female. Why? Because whenever it stopped raining or whenever we park this boat, our job is to repopulate the earth. There's only one way to do that. Every man, I guess, unless you was from a peach tree dish, every woman, every living human has passed through the legs of a woman to get here. That's a fact. You had to come between out of the portal. I call
Even
it the
even
portal.
the letter people, you came through the portal of a woman.
You came through the portal. You don't get here no other way. And so by us trying to go against that, so to speak, you know, it really just is a precursor or a prelude to the end of the movie. You know how they say a prelude, that you kind of could tell what's going to happen at the end of the movie by a certain thing that happened earlier.
Here we go. Here we go with the scientific shit.
Let's go.
Look what
There are many
Lino say.
asexual reproducers in nature, as well as some same-sex partnerships. Technically, he did create these other possibilities. Okay, so I want to say about our asexual reproducing things that, like an amoeba will reproduce itself asexually. I think you have some frogs, certain fish that can maybe gender switch, but anything on a higher level of thought processing, brain activity, brain wise, generally you are going to need a counterpart to reproduce. Every female woman has a certain amount of testosterone in her body. Every man has has some estrogen in their body, right? So every man has everything that every woman really has in her, and she has what has in him. We're not that much apart to where you can say, well, they're totally opposite. No, we're all the same creatures. Now, we have been, a gender has been assigned to us at birth through hormones and different things. There's a decision made. You know, we all start off as asexual. I guess, you know, the fetus at one point in time is genderless. Then, from what I understand, and our people can come in and correct me, you, I guess, become a female, and then if you're going to have that Y chromosome, because a female is XX chromosome, a male is XY chromosome. You get that extra chromosome, and then you become, you know, you get a testicles and a penis, and you know, you get your assignment. And I think that we all have an assignment, so to speak. It's just those that decide I don't want to go with the assignment. And there's
Well,
a lot of reasons
I
for
mean,
that.
God is good. They gave them their choice, man.
They
Let them
gave a
have their choice
choice.
what they want to do in life. You know what I mean? But I just think the promotion
Male seahorse have babies. You
and the
know, that's what
rights
I love about us. That's why I love my people. My people are so smart and intelligent. That's why I don't figure out, why are we on top? Why are we not winning the war? Because this is the thing. We are so dynamic. We can debunk and debug and break down any conversation, but we can't seem to change our conditions. So let me say this. Let me see how I wanna word
that
this,
hurt
because
right
I
there.
honor
That
that.
hurt. That hurt. We could debunk shit. We could roast niggas, but we can't change our fucking situation.
We
Period.
can't get our situation, but we do know about the male seahorse, and we do know about the single-celled amoeba, and we are aware of, you know, whatever else is going on, but we can't seem to
But we're
change
not
our.
talking about fucking seahorse. Like, come on, my nigga. Like,
Hey,
don't throw a sea fucking horse in a conversation. Like, that's why I threw it up there. Like, why are
that's
we
why I
not
say I
talking
love
about
us.
no fucking seahorse?
I love
Period.
us.
We're not. Sorry about that.
No, it messed me up too, because I had a thought I was finna hit us with. Um, but it's good though. I love us, man, because we are that intelligent that we got all of that. But we have to also understand that uh it's a thinking man's game now, right? Family, I'm talking to you, family. I'm talking to the brother about the seahorse. I'm talking to everybody. And this is what I want to say. We have to understand that we let me get this thought right. It's a thinking man's game, but we can't get the thought of ourself determining the course of everything around us. We think that we have to be part of that versus we can control that, which we can do. We do that. But that's not what I was gonna say. I lost the thought, family, and I'm just gonna be candid with you because I had something I was gonna hit us with it that really had to do with like a higher thought plane of frequency, or higher frequency of thought, that we gotta elevate to. It'll come back to me. But when that came in, we started laughing a little bit. But that kind of threw my thought off. They're making it now to where, I guess that they can take out certain parts of any. They can they can manipulate the body. They can manipulate the mind. A lot of what you see being done right now with the LGBTQ community, in my opinion, has to do with manipulation. I would like for someone to chime in on how, if you take Similac or you take Enfamil and you put it in a plastic bottle and you put that bottle in the microwave to warm it up for your baby, how the plastic produces a certain chemical reaction with the microwave that affects the hormones in male children. Come on, Yuck. I see you, bro. Come on. Cause I got
I
thrown off
do
myself.
not want to talk about the information I just heard, but it's some wild shit that's about to go viral. Just know I warned y'all. Something about to go viral.
Uh-oh.
Something
You
about to
heard
go
it here
crazy.
first. Get ready.
It's about to go hella viral, man. I just heard some bad news, man. It's about to go
Wow.
viral. But anyway, let's get to
Nah.
let's get to something else, man.
Let's
Cause it
get
happened to the best of us. I done got caught slipping and went viral. You know what I mean? I was on TMZ hella shit, man. So it
right.
happened to the best of us. You know what I
It
mean?
does.
Uh, hey, yeah, man.
Somebody got caught slipping, huh?
Yeah, lacking. They got
Lack,
caught
lack,
lacking and slacking, man. You know,
lackluster.
it
Man,
happens to the best of us,
it
man. You know
does
what I mean?
happen.
So,
That's what I want you to
but
remember,
it's a
family.
it's a life lesson, man.
It's like,
You know what I mean?
yes.
Time I had a hiccup, it told me to tighten up, not lighten up. So you got to tighten up. It's a lesson learned. You know how to
Lesson
move.
learned, man. Let me say this to the family, just everybody watching. Remember, the microphone is always on. The camera is always on. The mic is always hot. So just be
I
careful.
don't, I hope this footage don't come out. This is not a good look. But hey, man, to each his own, man. You know what I
Hey,
mean? But we talk about relationships, man.
talking
Relationships are.
about relationships.
I
Yeah.
mean, I just want the black, you know what I mean, female to just feel more comfortable because they own so much ratchet shit. You know what I mean? So much like discomfort with their fellow, you know what I mean, black man. You know what I mean? Like they'd rather date outside the race, you know what I mean? Which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
You could date whoever you want. I'm not against that. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying that you put so much pressure on us and then no more pressure on no other race. Like, oh, you gotta be
Right.
this, you gotta be that. And then you read a regular Mexican dude or Asian dude that just work at motherfucking Walmart and you're dating this dude. Like, I seen like some. I ain't gonna even go there because this personal. But one of my friends, one of my black homegirls, very disappointed me. I'm gonna say that. You know what I mean? That's all I'm gonna say, man. And I'll leave it at
Leave
that.
it at that.
but
Well, one
but
thing
it goes
that,
there. It goes there, and I respect it. It ain't like
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Do what you want to do. I'm not no racist dude. You know what I mean? My wife is half white, half German, half you know what I mean? Uh,
all
uh
that,
all type of shit, Irish, everything. So
everything.
my kids is half all of that. The
Right,
mom, my mother-in-law is white. So it's not no racist shit. I'm just
right.
saying, like, basically what people are doing. Like they rather opposites attract. Let me just say that. Opposites attract.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody that's light skinned would rather have somebody's dark skinned. Somebody dark skinned would rather have somebody's light skinned. That's why the rappers are getting so much flash because they want the little, you know what I mean,
Light
exotic light
skin, this and
chicks,
that, the
the third
exotic.
chicks. And then, you know what I mean, the white guys and guys, whatever, are getting the real dark Afrocentric chicks. So it's like opposites attract, and I agree with that. It ain't nothing the matter with that. I don't have no problem with that. You know what I mean? Period. I just want everybody to be happy. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Facts,
I
bro.
want women to be happy. If you gotta date somebody outside the race besides black, go and do that. If it make you happy, if a black dude gotta date somebody outside the race to be happy, be happy. That's all it. I just want people to be happy. Period. That's
Period.
what. That's the best relationship, a happy relationship, no matter who, color, no what matter what race you with. Period. This is a woman situation. It's not a black girl situation. This is an all woman situation. White women with money act like, you know what I mean, they too big for something. Mexican women with money act like they too big. So this is a standard for all women that feel like they got money, they don't need a man, not just black women. But we, you know, send an extra love for our black women in our race, like, yo, stall us out. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
Right.
we bring money to the table and we don't get chastised. I mean, we do get chastised, but you bring money to the table and don't get chastised. Like, stall us out.
Right.
Like, we're the only like black men are the most motherfucking like ridiculed in the whole America. Like, black men got it the worst. So we at least want our female to have our back. You know what I mean? So when the female go against us, I'm like, oh nigga, I need a Birkin bag, you broke nigga, you this, that, and the third nigga, you ain't ha! Stall me out. You know what I
Don't
mean?
out.
Like, come on, don't shoot on me. Stall me out. How
Right.
a relationship gonna get built when you're going against the nigga that you want to get a relationship with?
That you
Stall
right. And then knowing that out of all the men on the planet, we got and I'm not saying it like I mean, it's just everybody knows it, man. We just a real conversation, man. You know,
Hey,
we
shout out the real ones though. There's some real women that's really with the shit though. Shout out my wife. Shout out Joe, significant other. Shout out to everybody with a real significant other that get it. You know what I
the
mean? It's a lot of
right,
ratchet chicks out here. A lot of, you know what I mean, savage chicks out here. You know what I mean? That's on that program. That's programmed. Because all this shit is programmed, from the music to fucking TV to everything. The reality shows is programmed. You know what I
fact
mean? And motherfuckers get so programmed that they go against the program. You get it?
program. And the program, everything that you see is illusion. It's fake anyway. You might not have seen that demo with T-Pain where he was really just breaking it down. Like, if you got the money, you can buy a platinum record. If you got the money, you can get the how many other rotations on the radio. You can get how many other streams on the first day. Because if you got the money to advertise it and promote it and market it and put it out there, then it's gonna sell. It's gonna do. So everything that we see is not necessarily what it really is. And so as we start to really break down this reality here that we got, I think it's becoming more and more fabricated because of social media and different platforms where it looks like everybody is balling, every second of the day. Don't nobody have a bad day. Don't nobody never have any, everything is always the best restaurant. You want to show all your food. You want to show all this other stuff, and you create this false narrative that it's either you buy into it that, yeah, this is really what it is, or you believe in that's how that other person's life really is when their life is not like that. And it's almost like then when you really get in that relationship and you start dealing with people and you start really having to be an adult and have an adult relationship, then things start breaking down because you've been conditioned to think it's supposed to work out like the movies or like a cartoon or like whatever you see on social media. Yeah, it looks good, but that's not reality. And so we gotta really kind of grow up here in a short period of time because the things are changing so fast, where it's almost like we're gonna be in the driver's seat like we really are right now. We the parents and the grandparents and all of that. So we're the ones that everybody, the world looks to as far as our younger generation for advice and for wisdom and knowledge. So we can't continue to think being ignorant is cool, not having the right kind of appropriate relationships or whatever. Not saying you got to even be in one, but you just have to be. It's adult time now. It feels like it. We're not really being adults with this whole thing, and we think that it's going to just all kind of work itself out, if you will. But if we ain't careful, we're gonna get rubbed out. We're gonna get rubbed out
My
the.
thing is this: what happened to when the female main mission was to get married? Like, that was their main goal, like to get
Right,
married, get the biggest ring. You know what I mean? Be with the realest nigga, big
right.
crib, big family, have a couple kids. You know what I mean? Few kids. You know what I mean? Do it big. That was a female goal.
That was a dream. That was it. The idea. Get
That
married.
that shit is out the window.
That's that's
That
gone.
shit ain't it no more.
That's
Period.
gone.
That shit gone out the window, bro. It's a whole hybrid squad of females that don't want to get married. If they
Right,
do get married, they want to have a baby. They don't want
right,
to get married. They want to have a baby and get a motherfucking check for the rest of their life. Fuck a marriage. And then if they accomplish having a baby and get married at the same time, they double up. But the whole shit is about a bag, nigga. Getting a baby with a celebrity nigga that got a check, and you could just live your life, nigga, shopping at Gucci and Louis Vuitton and all the motherfucking Robert Cavalli's and all the other big shit for the rest of your life off for 18 years off child support. Period.
right.
Straight
Period.
up.
That's the goal. That's a lot of goals because they know
The
that.
baby is a goal, nigga. To have a baby by a celeb, fuck the wedding. It ain't it no more.
Nah, that's not it. Not being in a relationship or having to. They gonna tell the baby daddy, that's your uncle or that's your whoever, because they already got their mind made up when they get pregnant. I'm raising this baby by myself. This is my baby. He don't have rights. All his rights is just pay me. That's where the rights end and begin at. Cut the check. That's it. And so with that mindset coming in,
CTC,
you
cut the motherfucking check.
check,
CTC, cut the check.
cut the
That's
check.
it.
That's where they at. That's
And
where we
then
at.
look, the whole shit is why you have these rebellious kids when they grow up and
Mhm.
spoiled because the whole family relationship was just cut the check. So when a
Right,
kid, you know what I mean, need football equipment, this, that, and the third, cut the check. Birthday party, cut the check. You know what I mean? Holidays, cut the check. You know what I mean? Christmas, cut
right.
the check. So when the kid finally get around the dad, it's all cut the check. He don't have no hustle in himself. He don't know how to go out and get his own money. He relying on dad because they whole relationship with him, his mama, and the dad was cut the fucking check.
Cut the
So when the kid get grown, he don't know how to go out there and get a check because he's so used to a handout. So when he turned 18 and the check stopped getting cut, and he got to go out there in real life, he don't got no skills. He been spoiled.
right.
Niggas been cutting the check this whole time. He ain't had to go work at McDonald's. He ain't had to have a lemonade stand. He ain't had to pump gas when he was little. He had to, you know what I mean? Had to do this, play sports or whatever to try to go to college and get a scholarship. And go. He didn't have to do that. Dad was cutting the check. So now they lazy fucks. They grow up spoiled and not ready to work. And that's the society of kids that we got right now, this Generation X shit. You
Right.
feel me? So not only that you got the man that's not in the house no more, you know what I mean? You got men that's still on the outskirts, spoiling the kids from the outskirts, and the kids raise up to be nothing because they fucking spoiled brats and they think that they too good to work and get money. You
Right.
know what I mean?
And you got to realize these children, the male children and females, are watching how mom is working. So now they thinking, oh, this is the way to do it. So therefore, you never get nothing. You don't even grow out of that. You have basically, until some life changing comes in and shifts that attitude, you've created this entitled person with no skill set, no hustle, no ability to get it. And now you're sending them out into the world. And all they can do is whine, complain, and cry
And ask,
and
put it in
and,
my put it in my hand.
and how they
So
hand.
that's why the homeless is so crazy. Like you gotta think why the homeless is crazy. Not no disrespect, but it's a lot of kids out there that grew up and the parents like, yo, you gotta get out there and do your thing. And they out there in the encampments too. Not only with the people that went through the pandemic and the normal people that's out there, but you got children out there that refuse to listen to their parents. Go get a fucking job. Oh well, your ass gotta get out the house if you ain't contributing to these bills.
Right.
Oh, I can do it. I can live with my homeboy. Live with your homeboy for 2 weeks. I get into a fight. Now you're on the streets.
Now you're
What
on
you gonna do?
now you're on street. Well, I'm a salesman. But you don't know none of the business. You didn't want to go to school. You don't know the scale. You don't know the math.
They're
And
gonna rob you. You don't even know how to weigh up, nigga.
yeah,
You gonna give a nigga a 7 grams for a 20 sack. You don't even know the measurements. You ain't
ex-
never been through that. So you
exactly.
go spoil, you nigga. Then they gonna rob you with a fucking paint gun.
And see you coming a mile away, cause how you moving. So you already doomed before you get there.
Your
So
ass got sacks like glued to your vest walking down the street. I got a 20-second tennis. You don't know the stats and shit.
you got to
That shit glued on top of your vest. Like, nigga, you want this, you want that. You
smell it.
totally motherfucking green and don't know
Smell it.
what the fuck. Yeah, yeah. You want to smell it? Here you go right here. Nigga, grab that shit by, nigga. They don't
Game.
know the game. They don't have no
So
clue.
so
Period.
keeping so every once in a while I gotta tie it back to relationships since I started with relationship. So your relationship does not only affect you, it affects your offspring. It affects your children in the way that they think and the way that they move. And a lot of females think that, well, I'm gonna get it because I gotta get it like this. But if you're raising a male child, he's confused now because he sees you getting it like that, but there's no way he can get it like that. He can't force the female to pay him child support or force the narrative to change for him. So then he changes for the narrative. We have to realize that everything that we're doing is being monitored, it's being recorded, and it's being watched and processed by our children. And we do our best teaching when we don't know that we're teaching or when we don't think anybody is looking at us. They're looking at us. And so, part of the reason I wanted to do this show is just to get the conversation stirred in everybody's mind. Y'all are saying that back on the relationship tip, we got to understand that the relationship now doesn't only affect us. You think in the beginning this is just about me, but now once you're in a relationship, you have one or two or three children. Now the relationship is affecting the children, and the choices and decisions that you make are affecting the children. And if you're a female and you're raising boys, you're raising young boys into men. If you are getting your bag in the way that we just described, I was telling the audience, men can't do that. He can't force the woman to pay him child support. So if you're a young man and your mom is getting it like that, and that's how you believe that you're supposed to do it, what ends up happening is you at some point realize that the world is not going to change to fit your scenario. So then you change to fit the world. Because he's a boy, he's watching his mama. She talking about, oh, women ain't this and that. She fussing and fighting with other women and talking about, whatever her girlfriends are doing and the things
And
don't like.
and
And he's picking.
his daddy ain't this. He a
And
motherfucker. Fuck his daddy. This, that, and the third. So when the kids have this anger towards the father, when the father only come around every full moon, you know what I mean? The anger come from the mother talking shit about the father. So
back,
continue.
facts. Nah, just I talk about me. I talk about myself. I know. In one of my past relationships, when I talked to my ex, she said, "Well, I'm not gonna let you come around because you're not consistent." I think the first thing that we have to realize is there should not be anybody in between the relationship between a man and his son. When she comes in there and says, well, you ain't got the right kind of job, you need to get your act together, then you can see your son. Or you ain't paying child support, so until you start paying money, you're not going to see your son or your daughter or whatever. You don't realize you hurting the child more than you hurting your ex that you've been dealing with. You preventing that young man or that young lady, but it's detrimental in young men that they know who their father is, that they have a positive perception of their dad. It's good that they have a healthy ideal of who their father is. So when you talk down on him and call him a dog and say he ain't this and he ain't that, you're destroying your child. You don't understand that, ladies. You're destroying the psychological, the mental, the cognitive foundation on which he's built because he thinks, and excuse my language, if my dad ain't shit, then I'm not shit. If my dad is no good and I am of his body, I know I'm his seed, then I am no good. Also wanted to all this is totally out of it, but it's something I forgot. It just hit me, so I digress. From what I understand, and I know one of our intelligent people in the chat will help me out with this, but I just picked this information up. So you know how we used to say you one in a million. You beat all the other sperm to the egg. So you were chosen, or you're one in a million, a billion, because you know how many other sperm come out, a billion of those little guys. But from what I understand and how it's been communicated to me as of lately, you may not have been the first one to the egg. It was some other little sperms that got to this egg. Like, this is my fist's egg. They didn't hit the egg. The egg won't let it in. It rejected it, rejected it, rejected it. But one little bugger got in there and made his way in there. The egg chose that particular sperm to get it impregnated. It wasn't the first one that got to the egg. Could have been the 10,000th one. But this is what was compatible with the egg that was waiting on that sperm. So there's no accidents. There's no coincidence that takes place that you're here. If everything up to this point has been happening in an exact, precise way, that should mean everything that goes forward, if we can get some order, if we have law and order, if there's certain things that go with it, then we know how to manipulate the life into what we want it to be, to produce our reality. But until we understand that, we're going to be living someone else's reality. And that's really what's taking place. Someone else had an idea for us, and they said, we're going to do this. And then we picked it up, and we're living their idea of how we should be living, or how our relationship should go. We are, we're producing that based on someone else's perspective. So we got to get back to self. We got to get back to the what it was. And I don't want to knock my Christian family. The Christian family says it was the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, right?
It's the Father, the Son, and the Mother, man. Period.
Now, that's our African tradition. That's our ethnicity. That's where we come from. The Father, the Mother, and the child. This is
the Holy Trilogy. Trinity.
Trinity. And we got away from that. And it didn't just start happening today. This is the culmination of decades and years and years and years and years and years of chasing after the gods of Europe, is what I call it, right? We chase after these other gods. And as we do that, we fall further away from our own spiritual system and our own God understanding. So we chase money. That's a God. We chase status. That's a God. We chase symbolism. And that's a God, you know. So as we start to pursue these other gods and chase after these other people's perspectives, we get further away from our
the golden calf, what they said in the Bible.
Yeah, golden calf. Instead of getting back to what it really is, and that's what I said in the beginning, is yuck mouth, you are God. You feel me? You're not the whole universal God, but you are a pinpointed dot of light.
You know why?
That represents the most high,
why?
Every attribute of God in it.
You know why?
Go ahead, bro.
Because in Genesis, I don't know what chapter, what verse, but he said, let us create man in the image of God.
Yeah, in our image and after
in our image.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So if you are the image of God, what are you?
Facts. You God.
If God created you, when you created your baby, you created your daughter, your son, your other daughter, you create just like God created you.
That's right.
What are you?
I often tell people.
But look,
come on.
Is animals God because they reproduce? They reproduce more than us. They have a whole litter when we just have one.
Almost everything has a certain level of godliness, right? Everything has a soul, a life force, because if
Right.
they wouldn't be moving, they wouldn't be living. But he gave to us something that he didn't give to nobody else or no other creation. And that was the power of the will, the cognitive ability to make a choice, to have the understanding for self-realization and actualization and self-perception. He gave us the ability to be able to do that, thus making us the Lord of the plane of all things manifested. We control all of that because we have a higher cognitive ability than anything else that exists. That
Well,
we
look.
go
Well,
ahead.
look. Let me land. This is on
Come on,
some conspiracy shit, man.
get it.
I don't know. I was told that if you bit the apple, the tree of life, that you will get knowledge. Your eyes will be awakened.
Mm-hmm.
That was the sin of Eve. So they say that the devil was the one that give you knowledge, give you the enlightenment. You know what I mean? That's why you got these, you know what I mean, these secret societies with
Right.
this always the light, you know what I mean? This the enlightened, you know what I mean? Illuminati is, I mean, you
That's
lit,
right.
you know what I mean? You litting up, you know what I mean?
Right.
You got wisdom and whatnot.
Right.
The tree of life that she bit from, or the apple that she bit from, gave her knowledge, gave her awareness or whatnot. You know what I mean? They noticed that they were naked. You know what I mean? Start putting clothes on or whatever, try to put something on, a bush on or whatever. Before that, they didn't know. So knowledge, you know what I mean, and wisdom, you think that that is godly. You know what I mean? With that being, the curse that was on women until this day, which is, to have babies and periods and whatnot. The curse that's on women to this day. Like, but that gave them knowledge. You know what I mean? Now we talking
Right.
about knowledge and wisdom and being alert and being sound. You know what I mean? But back then they said that was a sin. Just like in slavery, they said if you know how to read, you know what I mean, it's a sin, the same thing. So do you think they tricked it like that to make us feel like that in slavery, or you think that's how God really felt about that apple bite?
Got you. Got you. Got you. Well, first I'll say this. Dang, that was deep, bro. I loved it. The Bible, the whole book is a book full of allegory, parables, and stories. And the stories are designed to put you in a certain mindset to make you think, right? And so we say it's an apple, but it really didn't. The Bible never said it was an apple. We gave it that. So we tend to add to it. But I really think that it is an analogy of what happens when we get a hold of information, but are in a not mature enough to handle it. So if you got a 3 or 4 year old, right, you gonna cut their meat up for them. You're not gonna hand them a knife and fork and say, "Cut that steak up." You feel me? You might cut it for them. I just think that Adam and Eve were is an analogy about the original groups of people. So I got a couple of thoughts on that, bro. And I don't know if I answered your question or not, but this is what I'm thinking. With Adam and Eve, if you know the story, after Cain, Adam and Eve have Cain and Abel, 2 sons, right? One son kills the other son. Cain kills Abel. He's cast out of the Garden of Eden. He goes into Asia. Somehow he finds a wife and then has children and goes on to live and do his thing. You're familiar with that
Where did
part.
this wife come from?
There you go. So you ask me, if you ask Nelson Hill, and I got the brother asked me about Sabir Bay. I'm gonna tap in on that too here in just a second, bro. I see you, Don Philly 215. I'm with you, baby. Um, what I think happened is there's groups of people here on the planet already before Adam and Eve. They were called pre-Adamites. Tons of people lived here, was doing their thing, hunting, gathering, doing whatever, right? And they were living kind of like the beast was living. You know how we talking about lions and tigers? We out here striking down animals and chewing them up and living like that. And a higher consciousness said, yo, let us create a man in our image and after our likeness, not like those guys over there. Those guys look like cavemen, or they look like monsters, or they look like
what they had the evolution of man, the one
right.
that had that looked like a gorilla, that probably was the one that
So
was
I
out here.
so I come to you, I say,
The
yo,
caveman,
us the Neanderthal or
the
whatever it might be. So I come to you and say, yo,
what this shit
let's
called, man? The shit the Nephilim.
the
Nah,
Nephilim.
the Nephilim came
They
after
were
that.
giants, but you have a lot of people. You had the caveman, the Neanderthal man, the Paleolithic man, the prehistoric person. It's all these different
No,
groups.
you definitely had the goddamn the fucking the snake people, what the reptilians.
You have all these
They was in the dinosaur shit. They
right.
definitely survived the dinosaur shit.
You have these humanoid like people, right? They're humanoid sort of.
Allegedly, I don't know if this is true. Allegedly,
All right. Well, I'm breaking some stuff down, right? And so I come to you and I say, yuck, let's create a man who thinks, walks right, has language, is not a beast, not a savage. He's created in our image and he's created after our likeness. We're thinking, intelligent creatures. We've mastered whatever it is, time, space, whatever. Now we're looking down on this plane of existence. We need to create some control system or something that can bring order to this chaos. Let us make man. That doesn't mean nothing else existed prior to that. Because if you look at all of the evolution, God is creating everything before man. I like to think he made you and I when he said, let there be light. I think that's when we came on the scene. Your light, your consciousness, you are a vibration of energy. So that's when he said, let there be light. That's what we're doing now. We're coming from out of the darkness and into the light.
but you got to think them 6 days was 6,000 years or 600 years.
Right.
600 years. Them
Right.
6 days was 600 years. You
Right.
know what I mean? But it's 6 days in God time.
In God's eye. But
heavy.
he still makes man last. Why
But
do
600 years, think of
right.
the evolution that you get within 600 years.
6,000.
6,000 years. Okay, 6,000. I thought it was 600. 6,000 years.
Yeah, a day is as of 1,000 years, is what they said.
Bingo.
So you
Boom.
might look
So
in.
imagine this day, that's 1,000 years.
Yeah.
The next day, another 1,000 years. The next day, and then finally,
Another
when you get to the
1,000.
sixth day, that got to us. That shit, dinosaurs, nigga, the other men already been created. All that shit is out there already. By the
If you
time
ever,
you get to let us create men like us in our image, you know what I mean?
right. So marijuana is a big thing in our culture right now. If you hear the more talking about
Was
it,
that the burning bush or was that the tree of life? Somebody saying that's the tree of knowledge and life back in Genesis.
well, you got to look at it like this. If you talk to the Moors, we refer to marijuana as the third creation. So if somebody be like, yuck, you got some creation on you, that's weed. That came on the third day. That was all these plants and stuff as he's creating, separating dark from light, and the day from the night, and the ferment from the this and that. The third day was all your herbs and your plants and your herbage and stuff. So, like you said, all these thousands of years are going by. Who knows what's being produced in there? But at some point, the producer, the creator says, let us make man. And he doesn't say, let me make man. He
Let
said,
us.
us.
That's why I always says that a council of guys, a council of angels, you know what I mean? Or if we even an alien species, you know what I mean? So where the aliens visit this motherfucker and make their own shit coming from another planet. Like, I mean, it's out there to be, you know what I mean? It's because it said us. That means it's many guys or God is many people. You
let
know?
us make man. And from my teachings, that was referring to the Elohim, 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 7 creative spirits that created everything that ever was, is, or ever more to be. So this is in what the Hebrews really recognized as God. That's why I call myself Nelson El or Nelson Il, because it's based off of the Elohim or the enlightenment of God. And so you got a lot of different narratives out of there, but how I see it is we come from this place outside of the physical, right? And so when you talk about off of the earthly, off of the world stuff, I think that's in the Bible too. There's a story about Pilate. He's going in on Jesus before he kills him. Yeah, you the king of the Jews, huh? You the king, you the king. And Jesus tells him, my kingdom is not of this world. But he said, he says, if my kingdom were of this world, you would see my soldiers. They would be here fighting for me. Ain't nobody here fighting for me. My kingdom is not of this world. The Bible says you can be in the world, but not of the world.
Of the world.
Water is not indigenous to this planet. It's water all over this universe. They found in water on other planets or evidence of water. You are 75 to 80% water. Water does not necessarily come from the earth. So we are a universal being. We got stardust in our fingernails, gold in our teeth. We are that universal experience. And a force, that creative force, some call it Allah, some call it Elohim, some call it the Trinity, some call it whatever, brought us together in a way to where the consciousness could be housed inside of this vessel we call a body. And when the body can't hold the spirit no more, then it gives it up and it's over. The spirit or the soul is genderless. There's no gender in the spirit, no male, no female. It's just a vibrational frequency that that gives life to the carnal or to the body. Whereas that the body is going to remain perfect even after the spirit leaves. You can look at the guy; he's still got his eyes, his nose, and everything, but nothing is there. So it's that higher consciousness being put inside of this physical form, and I think that's when man was created. When the Creator said, "We're gonna make, man in our image and after our likeness," and then the book says He breathes this life into him. So once this life gets into us, then we become that God force, because that's the life that's in us. Now, how we all really,
Hold on, let's talk about that. Let's get back to Eve and that apple.
Come on.
You done ran a lap. You done went a marathon lap. What's the name of that tree, man? Was that a marijuana tree? Everybody says the tree of life, the tree of knowledge.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you smoke weed, you get knowledge. You know what I mean? When you smoke weed, it's a herbal. You know what I mean? It's a herb. I mean, so it helps you with the life also. You know what I mean? Not just smoking it, but, treating it as medicine. So it's a herb and it gives you knowledge. You know what I mean? You smoke it, you get wisdom. You know what I mean? You start thinking about all types of shit. So was that? I'm hearing, you know what I mean? That was the tree.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was.
Okay. It wasn't a marijuana bush.
No, because he says in there, you can, all the herbs, all the seeds, all the plant, you can have it.
So what if she smoked that bitch in a bong instead of eating the apple? What if she? I'm just saying, like, what if they smoke some shit like in a leaf? Let me like in a tree leaf or something, and just burnt that bitch.
That's an analogy, right?
I'm playing. That's jokes.
Oh,
that's jokes. Do not land on that. That's a joke. I don't need you to reply to that. That's a joke. Keep going.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's say we right now living in the Adam and Eve time. Do you think we bit the apple already, or we haven't bit the apple yet? What I mean by that is, I think the way that the Creator has set it up, it was like the apple and the knowledge of good and evil and all of that stuff is Are you going to believe this? Or are you going to not believe it? What I mean by that is when Adam and Eve, after they bite the apple, God comes looking for them, as according to the story. And he asks 3 questions. Adam, where are you? Now I want you to think about that as a people today, as the condition of people dating, as we getting killed, as mass shooters, as everything. You Adam, yuck. You Adam. Adam, where are you? You don't know where you at, bro. You lost, family. You bit that apple. Check it out. Then he says, have you been talking to the snake? This is God talking to Adam. Have we been talking to the snake? Yeah, I got an iPod, I got earpods, I got a new car, I got a new home, I got a gold chain. This oh, that tree, baby. The tree is good. I got all these things. Then he says, who told you you was naked? I didn't tell you was naked. Now you covering up. You got leaves on. You done put this big old thing over your wife. You done put this other stuff over your penis. Who told you you were naked? You bit the apple. I know you did, because you out here chasing after this bull crap, and I told you don't do that. I gave you everything you need to be successful on this earth plane. I gave you food. I gave you water. I gave you resources. I gave you everything, and then you went and bit the apple. I think it is a allegory. Yuck mouth, where are you? You're the king of the world. You're the God of all gods. You're supposed to be non-subservient to anything out here. You're supposed to be running this mother joker. Yuck mouth, where are you? Here you pop out. I'm over here, God. Hi. Have you been talking to that snake? Told you don't talk to that snake. Don't listen to him. Don't do nothing he tells you to do. I am God. I'm your God. And I'm with you. I walk with you. I talk with you. I feed you. I'm God, baby. Don't worry about no suckers, no busters. Don't chase after no false flagging phony. Don't do it, Adam. So what's Adam do? Adam says, God, I didn't do that. I didn't eat the tree. It was the woman you gave me for 1,000 years before she got here. I was doing good. You said he needs a helper. I think he's lonely. And you gave me that woman, and now I bit the apple. So some people say it's sex. Some people say it's just disobedience to God. But I don't think it's marijuana. I really don't.
My thing is this, on some real shit. I'm gonna ask, was they born in sin? Because they, before they was created, God struck Michael down to earth, which earth became his kingdom. You know what I mean? So when they say you're born in sin, well, you're born in Michael's kingdom. This is his realm. This is not heaven. He got kicked out of heaven. So Michael's kingdom is this. That's why we influence. That's why you get these, like, motherfuckers can tap in. Like when they do certain drugs and shit, they can tap into the real spiritual realm. You know what I mean? The demonic realm.
Right.
You know what I mean? To do all
Fact.
types of wild shit. You know what I mean? Period. So this is his playground, bro. Period.
So we got E. Gibson, the
So I
snake.
think this is a spiritual college. If we could
Yeah.
survive this playground, man, we going to heaven. If you
Listen,
could survive hell, man, it's nothing left but heaven.
there you is.
Period.
This is
That's how I
this,
feel about it.
this you know, when the devil gets cast out of heaven, he gets thrown to the earth. And like you said, was his playground, or he was given a certain amount of time to rule over this area. And I think this is just a fallen state of consciousness, a fallen state of mind that we're looking at ourselves. This is the slowest vibrational frequency in the universe, is the physical. Things that you can't see, the reason you cannot see them, because they're moving, they're vibrating far too fast for the physical eye to see. So this is the slowest plane of vibration. And so this is where the devil come to. Let me throw this at us real quick. The snake is right here in front of the third, in front of third and Pike Place
Oh
Market.
man, my bag, my bag. I don't even know why I hit the wrong message, man. I hit the wrong motherfucking message, man.
No, no.
Hey,
Hey, we don't
don't read that shit, boy. I hit the wrong message. But look,
go ahead.
um, he struck Michael down to earth, but Michael took, I think, half of the angels with him, or eight,
One
like
third. One
one
third.
third of the angels with him.
Mm-hmm.
So not only do he's down here, and he was supposed to be the most handsome, the most charming, you know what I mean, could wiggle motherfucker into anything. Shout out to the women. But you know what I mean? Like he's out here with his angels. And this is their realm.
Right.
Now, it's a game of a chess with God and Michael right now.
Come on.
The people that's on earth, you know what I mean? Michael trying to get, you know what I mean, the people
Talking
do
about
shit
Lucifer
for
or you
him.
talking about Michael?
I'm
Lucifer.
talking about. I don't want to say the name because I don't want to wish them type of
Oh,
spirits and that type of demonic shit into my house. You know what I mean? But what they called him before he was named, the other word, the S
God,
word.
bro, my fault.
Yeah, yeah, the S word. So it's Michael against God. You know what I
Right.
mean? And they going at it with the chessboard, and they playing the chessboard is Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And Michael influencing chess pieces and God influencing chess pieces. And it's checkmate. You know what I mean? Whoever influenced the most chess pieces. And if you get on the God side on the checkmate, you go to heaven, man. It's a
Mm-hmm.
spiritual college, bro.
Right.
Period. To me. You know what I mean? You don't get bad and evil. Look at the animal kingdom. Look how it's kill or be killed. You know,
Right.
look at the fish kingdom. It's kill or be killed. Even some of the bird kingdom is kill or be killed. You know what I mean? Like this is life. That means it's yin and yang, like we said,
Right.
right?
Right.
You
Right.
got God and you got Michael. You know what I mean? And they both work and they twerk. You know what I mean? You don't
Right.
get the good shit and the bad shit. The bad shit make your spirit stronger. The good shit make you even better. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like if we all had it good, we'd be brats. It wouldn't be nobody working. It'd be nobody doing nothing and
Facts.
elevating and creating shit and elevating the world. So you need the negative shit. You need the doubts. You need somebody that's ready to go against the grain to even it out. It's called the yin and the yang. So I'm not a believer in that, but I think it makes the perfect balance for the
Man.
spiritual college.
Well,
You need you need um um what this called fucking when you go through shit and it's I'm kind of drunk, but you need like type of a fucking what that shit called when you're going through like type of
a
what you
maid. Uh, uh, you need a what?
no, you need like different challenges and shit.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
need like I don't know what the word I'm looking for right now, but you need different challenges in life to make it up the hill. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like it ain't no easy walk, man. You gotta climb. You gotta go through this. Gotta go through that. You know what I mean? You get put
Right.
down. You learn
Right.
how to climb up. Okay, fuck it. I couldn't climb by my arms. I gotta put a rope up there or something. I gotta handle my shit. Like you learn from your mistakes. If you
Exactly.
didn't have no fucking mistakes, mistakes is the devil. If you didn't have no mistakes, how can you learn to be better?
Facts. Facts. You know, we say in more science without a soldier.
Knowledge is the devil, because the devil came with knowledge. Music is the devil. The music, yeah, like certain religions don't believe in people doing music because they think that's the devil, that's Satan.
Right.
So
Right.
at the end of the day, all the shit that we glamorize right now is his kingdom.
Right.
Like,
So
look at what's glamorized. Look at what's going down. Look at why we
what's
can't.
going on? Look what we putting energy into. Right. But that only is what makes you great. See, we got to understand because of like art, we call that truth. Art creates naught. Naught
Obstacles. That's the
obstacles.
word I was looking for. Obstacles, man. Good shit, chat.
You gotta have.
Obstacles.
We gotta have them. See, man, the whole thing is set up like this. Without a soldier, excuse me, without a foe, a soldier never knows his strength. Imagine if you a soldier, you got gun, you got backpack, boots on, but they ain't got nobody to fight.
And you never use it on nobody.
You never use it. You don't even you'll never know your full potential. You'll never know what you're capable of doing. You
Facts.
won't, right? So you got to have that. And how we look at it, there's really no bad or good or whatever. It's just what is in this for me to learn. Every situation. You get a flat tire on the highway. what is it for me to learn? It might need to just learn a lesson, have a good spare tire, you know, or have a jack in the car or something. Everything that you experience in life is a lesson designed to make you better. You know, my pops used to always say, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. So as we go through and we solve these problems in life, then we gain knowledge, and then knowledge is turned into wisdom, because we know, don't go there, don't do that. How do you know that? Because I did that before. I've already experienced that. And we also say something else. We say, man knows not by being told. I can tell you, man, don't go down there on that corner, bro. Don't go down there 1,000 times, but you don't really appreciate it and understand why I'm saying it, or why I'm putting that kind of passion behind what I'm telling you, until you actually experience it yourself. You know, so a lot of things that we come across in life, as we think they're to make us worse or bad, but they're really there to gain experience or gain knowledge or gain a certain skill in life. You know, a lot of brothers who've been to the institution, a lot of brothers might have been to the joint. If they use the time right, they come out and they say, you know, man, I had an opportunity to really work on me. I read, I did this, I got sober, I got off drugs, I did whatever. So what you thought was something bad can also, that same thing can also actually be good once, if you use it in the right way to better yourself.
So more of the story, God and Michael is playing a goddamn chess game of life. You know what I mean? Monopoly chess game with our bodies, and the good and the bad is both good for our spiritual college. Yeah, I
Growth,
mean, like
development,
accolades. You
development.
know what I mean? But beyond the good and the bad, it's a spiritual warfare. You gotta be tied down. You gotta be really spiritual with your shit. You know what I mean? Because being spiritual, you ain't gotta be religious. Being spiritual
Come
could
on.
get you through life. You know
It
what I
will.
mean? Like I say, I wouldn't have none of this shit on my wall unless I prayed for it. Unless I was very spiritual and very in tune with God. My family being in tune with God. My grandma having the Holy Ghost, praying in the Holy Ghost in the house, not just at church. Or I
Right.
thought they was faking that in the house. She didn't have to
Put
fake.
it in front of you. Right.
I come from school and all the Holy Ghost going down because she praying. And I just walk in the house. She already doing her thing. So she don't got to act at the house. You know what I mean? Period. So it's real. You know, the success is real. Everything. We came out. The first month we came out, we went gold and platinum. That's
Fact.
spiritual. That's all the planets lining up. That ain't no,
Fact.
you know what I mean? Somebody was the best rapper in life. No, that's God. That's the spirit. It's lined up. That's what God had planned. You know what I mean? Period. Straight up, and being spiritual and connected with God. So, nah, I believe in God, and I think everything is a spiritual college, like spiritual strengthening. Period. You know what I mean? Straight up.
Let me share this with you, because you hit on so many points. It is a spiritual warfare going on right now. We're in a
Fact.
spiritual war. Now, this is what it's about. It seems complex, but it's really simple, Yuck. You hit on it when you was talking about being happy, right? What we're trying to do, what we are doing, is this is spiritual college. Like you said, I'm using your analogy. And what we're learning, what are we learning? We're learning how to create heaven, right? We learn how to create heaven on earth. Not only when we die do we get to die and then go to heaven, but we can start enjoying some heaven right now. And that's by being happy, and that's being harmonious, with in harmony with everything, and being at peace. So why am I saying this? The spiritual warfare is this: the devil can't go to heaven, so he doesn't want you to go to heaven. What do I mean by that? The devil lives in chaos. He lives in anger. He lives in fear. He lives in doubt, right? As long as I can keep you mad. I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and I was talking about the European, or what we lovingly refer to as white people, right? They want to make me hate white people. They want to show me this image on TV. They want to see this cop killing this little 12-year-old boy. They want to show me all this stuff. And I go, oh, I hate white people. I want to kill them all. I don't like. No, that's the game. They want me to hate, just like they want white folks to hate black folks, right? They want black folks to hate white folks. Why? Because when you're hating, you can't get in heaven. When you're mad, you cannot be in a heavenly state. When
No,
you're,
no. On top of that,
go ahead.
that January 6th would have been all races, and that shit would have, the whole government would have been shut down. It wouldn't have just been white people. So it's strength in numbers. If we come together with the white people, the Mexicans, the Asians, you know what I mean, the fucking Russians, you know what I mean, the Irish, everybody else, we come together and we all on one accord against the government,
Over.
that will fuck off
Over.
America.
See,
So
this
look, they're gonna separate you. They're gonna put all types of shit with these racial barriers and shit. Put the women against the man. Put the race against this race, that, and the race. While they could just chill and be safe. That's to keep them safe, my nigga. Period. If we all came together,
over.
it's over.
Over.
It's fucking over. They will have
Because
to drop a nuke bomb on America
right.
and hide underground. It's
Fact.
over, my nigga. Period.
Because
And they don't want that. They
it's not
saw a small percentage of what could happen to America on January the 6th. Period. A small. Imagine if all races came together. Now it was a blend of a lot of races in there, but everybody, the whole America,
this is the
charging on the White House,
this is
it
the
will be fucked over.
this is the message. We've been tripping on black and white. We've been tripping on rich and poor. We've been tripping on classism, sexism,
All
racism,
that shit.
all
All
that,
that shit.
right? But the whole thing is this. This is a spiritual battle, and it's about love versus hate.
Hey,
That's
facts.
it. That's what the whole thing is about. Love
Facts.
versus hate. If I can teach you how to love instead of hate, we win. I don't care if you Mexican,
Yo,
Chinese,
I make money
Asiatic,
with all races, bro. I don't got a motherfucking racist bone in my body. Even if I wasn't making money with all races, I still wasn't racist. I never fell for the banana in the tailpipe.
we can't.
Period. Because I look at us as all human.
I'm
First
gonna
of
be.
all, that's it.
That's
No matter
it.
what color, what hue, just like a dog. It could be a pit bull, it could be a Rottweiler. They all fucking dogs. We all
Right.
human. The same shit. You could be an Asian, Hispanic. You could be African American, whatever you are. You could be German, whatever you are. We all human. We all stand. We all piss alike. We all got the same motherfucking insides, the same lungs, the same
And if,
heart.
and
You
if
know
we
what I mean? It's just a different color on the outside, different hair, whatever, different eye shape,
and if
different
we
lip
were
shape.
and if we wasn't, then we would not be able to intermingle. We would not be able to breed with one another. We would not be able to have children with one another. Things
Right.
So the fact that we do that mean that we do have some similarities. I know we
No,
really
we have all
are,
similarities. You know what I mean?
but I
Period. I
try
don't know
to.
about all that shit they talking about with the genes and the DNA and all that. Who cares? We
This is
all fucking human. We can all reproduce. We all the same.
right.
Period.
I start
I don't
off with
give a.
thumbs.
That's what
I
they
say
use to separate us, so we
right.
don't come together.
Exactly. And that's why I said we have some similarities because I'm talking to the person that is maybe doesn't appreciate what's being said right here. What they do is they divide us on the things that we have different. I got I got this brown skin, you got another color, another hue. We should hate each other because they found something that they can separate us on. So what our thinking is, let's look at what we have in common, right? And once we realize that we got way more in common than we have separating us, then it says, okay, what is good for me is probably good for you, right? A rising tide lifts all boats, not just my boat. Every boat on the water comes up. As we all come up, everybody comes up. So this is a love versus hate thing. Anything that I can do to get you to hate, and this is the devil talking, keeps you out of heaven. Now, if you refuse to hate and say, nah, I got a homeboy, my homeboy, he's of that religion or he's of that ethnicity. He's cool. I don't hate him. Matter of fact, he got me out of jail one time or he did this or that. I'm not going to hate like that. Soon as we decide, I'm not hating white folks. I'm not hating my own people. I'm not hating myself because I can't hate. Only way I can hate my people is if I hate me. So I can't hate you for sure. Because if I do, then I'm not going to like me. Then, so we say, okay, I'm not going to, then we just expand it. Now I'm not going to hate nobody because guess what? The most selfish thing that you can do in the world is give to somebody else. That's it. Because
Absolutely.
it's coming back to you. And so we got
Absolutely.
love game. It's a love game. and it's a thinking game. And if we can get those two things down, then every other obstacle thrown at us, we can rebuke that. We can make that turn away, because
Oh,
everything's drive one emotion or another.
okay, so we done went from women not rocking with dudes, you know what I mean, not being submissive, you know what I mean, to spiritual religion, you know what I mean, and how can we sum it up, you know what I mean, as far as the relationship situation, far as, you know what I mean, the spiritual fight, you know what I mean, the separation of the United States, because you go to any other state, everybody united, you know what I mean? But the separation that we have in the United States, like, what's our solution? What, like, we done talked all this shit, man. What are some of our suggestions for a solution?
For a
You know,
solution.
I'll go
Great,
after
great question. Let me kind of try to summarize and tie it all up in a bigger, better bow. So, a couple last time we talked, maybe time before, you talked about this Willie Lynch thing, right? And Willie Lynch said, separate the light from the dark. So that could be the white from the black, the young from the old, the male from the female. We talked about that. And when you look at what's going on in society today, we talked about the relationship. It's the male and the female. Can't get that together. White and black. It seemed that the racism can't seem to come together with that. Old and young. We got an issue with the old folks not liking what young people doing. Young people not connected with their elders. That's also part of the separation of the family, like we talked about. If these the extended family with the group economics, grandma, grandpa in the house, right? Well, now we throw grandma and grandpa in a nursing home or in a retirement living center, and we might go visit them once every 2 or 3 months, but they're not in the, connecting with our children the way that our connected with us. Like, you was around your grandmother. That's how she had the Holy Ghost going on. I was around my grandmother. She wasn't in a nursing home. She wasn't in a retirement home. She was in that kitchen with them slippers on and that moo over the stove, making sure we had a bowl of oatmeal before we went to school. Because she wanted to make sure that we eat before we go to school. So, boys, sit down and eat that oatmeal, because oatmeal better than no meal, or whatever. And so those dynamics have all been, the fabric has been all pulled apart. What can we do to counter that, to try to reverse that? Well, everything starts with self. The whole lesson is self. So we all have been, um, maybe kind of corrupted a little bit just by living in the world and the society that we're in. So the first thing that I would suggest is that we just start paying attention and become cognizant or conscious of the relationships that we're having, of, oh, where did that come from? Let me just do that. If you say something out your mouth or you do something, where did it come from? Did that come from a place of love, or did it come from hate? Did it come from positivity, or did it come from somewhere negative? You watching TV and you start hating on a dude because he's on TV. How this dude think he did? Where's that coming from? And if we can start coming from a place of love, I think that's a great start. A lot of us don't even realize we hating, and when we hating. So we got to start self-evaluating, self-checking, looking at self, and start saying, okay, let me make sure that I'm not the reason why my people ain't getting where we supposed to be, because I'm out here contributing to the hate. I'm out here contributing to the falsehood, or the bad this or the negative that. And so I think we just started self, man. And the first thing that you can do is when you're getting yourself together and you start getting your studying and reading and learning about self, one of the first things you realize is like energy attracts like energy. So you start getting your circle together. The people that are around you, they need to be positive people, need to be uh, self-motivated, goal-oriented, just loving, good people. And you start surrounding yourself with that, and then you do the ripple effect. It just goes out from there. So I say just start looking at your circle. People say I can tell what you're about without even talking to you or seeing you if I know what your closest 5 friends are about. I know all your group of homeboys you hang around. He robbing, this one's stealing, this one's killing, this one's doing something else, and I can probably pretty much tell you what you about, because these are the guys you run with. So we want to start getting our circles together. start getting ourselves together and do some self-check, self-evaluation. Think about Kobe Bryant in the gym, practicing 4 hours before the game, practicing after. Ain't nobody in the gym but him. He didn't say, I got to go get 10 people so we can get our life together. No, get in the gym, shoot 150 free throws without missing, go back and shoot 200 3-pointers without missing, dribble only with the left hand today. Just when you get up, get ready. Be ready for the world. Be on top of your game. Make sure you practice what you're preaching because you will be tested. That's what I got to say.
Hey, great message, man. You nailed it with that one. You hit that shit out the park with a home run. My reply to that is basically, man, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, man. We've been so misled and so misguided in America. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Period. You know what I mean? Like when we see like these police motherfucking shootings and killings and shit, and we like all against white people, like police officers are just white. It's like so many multicultural and multi races that's police officers, and we take it all out on white people. Like fuck the white man. Like oh, you got Mexican people, black people, all types of people shooting people. Period. That's just part of police force. You know what I mean? And also that they promote Black Death. You got the World Star. You got the news that's gonna show you the boy from Ohio that gets shot. You know what I mean? 60 times and gets shot at 90 times on television.
Don't
You know,
tell.
they don't show the white guy that gets shot. They don't show the Mexican guy that gets shot. They don't show the Asian guy that gets shot. They don't show the Arabic guy that gets shot. They're gonna promote black death and black on black crime
Trying to
because
get
they
you that.
want you to kill each other. They want you to, you know what I mean, shoot each other. They want you to be so docile and so not bothered, you know what I mean? Because it's like every day, you know what I mean? Every day. It used to be like once a year. It's every motherfucking day.
Hey,
Either black on black crime or police on black crime. But
right,
it's promoted like it's just that. The whole America is just black people doing crime and police killing black people. And that's the total opposite.
right,
That's what they promote in the media. Just know it's all around hate. Police just wear they badge and they do what they want to do. You know what I mean? They go bad on anybody, no matter what fucking race you are.
right.
Period. Now, some you might see footage of some white guys cussing the police out, whatever. But you sure enough, that white guy that got slammed on his motherfucking forehead after the cameras went off. You know what I mean? Probably got shot. You seen him waving a motherfucking knife. He probably got shot after the cameras went off. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, it just equal hate. You know what I mean? Period. So we just all need to be equal on uniting. Females, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to do, if you want to date a female, if you want to date a man, just get somebody that got your back. Just be happy and have love. You know what I mean? Period. Just be, you know what I mean? Be happy and love. You know what I mean? You can adopt whatever you want to do or you can produce whatever. But it's about to have love and having family. You know what I mean? Period. Whether you adopt, you got family. Period. You create a foundation, whatever you want to do. Whether you male on male, if you want to adopt, you got family. You know what I mean? Period. We just need to have family and have happiness and
There
make
you go.
sure kids grow up right. You know what I mean? And have a future. Because Whitney Houston said, "Rest in peace." I believe the children are the future. They are the future, bro.
Right.
We grew up from the OGs. Now look at us. We done did, you know what I mean, better than the OGs did before us. And our kids gonna do it better than us. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean? But you gotta lay the path for them to be able to do it better than us. If you keep them in this docile state, you know what I mean, it's gonna be history repeating itself with all the deaths and murders and jail sentences that's been going down since they put the three strikes law and put the Jim Crow and the fucking what's that shit, COINTELPRO and all the other shit that just go against the black community and other races too. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna keep on going in a life cycle until we love each other, until
Then
we
we get
unite,
it right. And we
until
go.
we get it right, man. Period. So
Yeah,
that's my handle on it, man. No matter what you do,
right.
man, do it right. Period.
Let me say this, man. I want to say shout out to all of the queens out there, all the goddesses, all the beautiful ladies out there, the mothers, the grandmothers holding it down. Uh,
Yes.
I know it sounded like we was going in on y'all. Got a lot to say about us. I know y'all got a lot to say about your male counterpart. But Yuck hit it on the nail on the head. It's about love, right? We want to know why we got it so bad. The Asiatics, the this, because we're the most loving. We're the most loving people on the planet. We love you. You can beat us. We love you.
Hey,
You
what
can
that song called? Love and happiness. It's
All
about
we
love and happiness.
do,
Love and happiness.
all of that. That's us. So because we love so hard, they come at us so hard. But that's a testimony to who you are, who we are as a people. Let's go ahead and just we're gonna increase this love, man. That's all we can do. That's our power. Our power is good. We got like superpowers. And one of those powers is the power of love. You know, it's the strongest force in the universe. You know,
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
won't do, like the song says, what you won't do for love. You
What
you
you
my
love.
said, you'll climb the highest mountain, cross the widest sea. You know, nothing can discourage me. When you love somebody, when you love something, when you have a passion for something, you're not gonna be denied. And
I
so,
think I think men would be cavemen if we didn't love. If we didn't try to put on for the females. You know what I mean? Like all the swag shit is for the females, not to look good for another man.
right,
You know what I mean? No Frank Ocean.
no,
It's the, you know what I mean, entice it, you know what I mean? Get the female. So from your haircut to your braids to your chains, your jewelry, all that shit, whatever, it's to
see,
entice the female.
that's
Period. So that's love, bro. We do
love.
this shit for the love.
Why I
If
say,
we didn't have no love, we'll be cavemen.
what's
If
it
we didn't give a
for?
fuck about the female, what she thought about us, we'd dry hoopties, we'd be cavemen. Big ass hair under our arms, musty beards and nappy ass chests, whatever the fuck. Just not doing your fucking hygiene comes
Right,
with. Because hygiene comes with also trying to look good for a girl too.
comes with
You know
love.
what I mean? Like the super, you do your brush your teeth or whatever, you know, shower, whatever. But I'm talking about the colognes. Nigga buy expensive $1,000, $500 colognes and shit.
Right,
All
trimming up
types of other
all
shit.
in the
You know what I
beard,
mean?
get tightened up. That's because
Yeah, all types of wild shit. You know what I mean? Niggas
man,
got grays. They get them just for men. You know what I
dog,
mean? That
dog, get
shit
the
make
gray
it
out
dark. So we
back.
doing it all for the female to look good. Period. So if you doing that much for the female, love the female. Period. And females, if we doing this much for you, love us because you got the big ass wig on, you got the motherfucking eyelashes, you got the ass shots, your titties
Walking
done,
in
you
shoes.
got the whole shit done for the man also, right?
Right.
Right. So if we doing all this shit for each other, man, let's love each other, man, because we
Let's
doing a
love.
lot.
That's
Jumping
really
through
what it
fire
is.
hoops.
And
We
if you
jumping through fire hoops. Female risk their life to look like a
look,
motherfucking Roger Rabbit girlfriend.
yeah,
Jessica Rabbit. Look like Jessica Rabbit, they risk their fucking life going to the DR and all these surgeries, chop up spots. You know
yes.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Period. For us. You
When
know?
we say they risk their life, they really do. I mean, no disrespect intended, but like with Kanye, that's how his mother passed away. She's trying to get these surgeries, and so many other women that we don't know have either died or been maimed or been mutilated or had botched surgeries trying to look a certain way for
For
who?
who?
For
For
us.
who?
For
For
us.
us. So
So
at the end of the day, if we jump through fire hoops for each other, look good for each other, let's at least love each other.
let's love each other, love ourselves. And this is the
That
thing.
too. You
It,
can't love nobody else unless you
you love
love
yourself.
yourself first.
That's right. And then with that love, then you're gonna get happy, and then you're gonna attract the right one. See, you miserable. That's why you attracting miserable people to you. And you wonder why ain't no good man or good woman. Well, you're attracting the type of energy you putting out is what you're getting back. So once
Right.
you start loving and elevate, you're gonna get a person on that level. You're gonna get that,
Absolutely.
and then you'll be cool. See, we in more science, we say you got a higher self and a lower self. So if you're in your lower self all the time, then you'll attract a mate that's in the low, that's in their lower self. If you're in your higher self, then you're going to attract a mate that is in their higher self. So we call it the high and low. My Native American family, they say inside of each and every one of us is two wolves or two dogs or whatever, and they're fighting. And I probably said this before, but it's worth saying it again, bears repeating. They're fighting, and they fight. One's good, one's bad, or one's positive, one's negative. One's higher self, one's lower self. Each of us have these two energies going at it. And so the question is, you say, whoever wins the fight is who you are. So if your higher self wins the fight, then you are your higher self. Or if the good bear beats up the bad bear, or whatever, that's who you are. So the next question is, how do you know which one is going to win? Is it going to be the bad thoughts? Because you got bad thoughts. And then you also have good thoughts like the angel and the devil on the shoulder, whatever. Well, the answer to the question is whoever wins the fight, the one that wins the fight, is the one that you feed.
The thing is,
Which one do you feed?
the,
Do
the,
you
the
feed
thing
the bad
is,
or the good one?
how you win the fight is to follow your first thought. Your first thought is a good wolf. The bad wolf is the second thought. Like, oh fuck that shit. We good. We gonna do this. So you'll have a situation. You like, nah, I don't feel like going to the club tonight. I'm cool. You know what I mean? The bad wolf would be like, oh, fuck that, man. We gonna throw money. We gonna do it big.
Turn
We gonna go.
up.
You go to that club, man, everybody get laid down, niggas get shot up, all type shit. And you
So,
say, something told me not to go to the club. That was a good wolf saying, don't go out. You good. But you said, fuck that. You listen to the bad wolf, went to the club, your homeboy got shot up, you got robbed, all type shit, and something told you not to go. Listen to that something.
there,
Always take heed of that something that tell you not to
that's,
first.
there you
Pay
go.
attention and lean on that, because the second thought gonna get you fucked up 9 times out of 10. I'm telling you, for
Right.
real.
Facts on facts. And I'll give you another example, then we can get out of it because I know we wrapping up. We
Yeah, I
all
got a 5 o'clock in the morning flight, nigga. I got a dip.
got to go. And it's 3 now. No, it's 2 now. But
Yeah,
anyway, we say
exactly.
we always say that oh man, the thought just hit me and then it zipped out. Um it was just gonna be something to the effect that we just gotta tap in with that good side. I had a little line I was gonna hit us with, but the fact of the matter is you hit it already. We gotta love and um we gotta understand like energy attracts like energy. The whole universe is energy. You want positive, put out positivity. You're gonna get it back. That's the word of the day though. Just we gotta elevate, evaluate, and demonstrate. Let's make it happen, man. So go ahead and close it out, man. I'm ready to go. Shout out to everybody that tapped in. Um, much love to all the females, all my guys out there getting it in, man. It's just that time, man. We living in that day where it's time for that self evaluation. And yeah, we coming, man. Make sure you check us out online too, EL, and got all kind of new stuff. So yeah, look me up, Nelson L. We on here, yuck. We gonna
Hey,
do this.
Nelson L in the motherfucking building, man. Thanks for the
Yeah,
knowledge, man. Thanks for all the game, man. Shout out to everybody that tapped in the chat room, man. Y'all been elaborating with us and fucking with us a long way, man. We appreciate y'all on High Learning. This is where we try to elevate the game, man, and make y'all think outside the box, man. And don't fall for the fucking banana in the tailpipe. This has been another night with High Learning, man. Yuck Mouth and Nelson L, man. We out this motherfucker, man. Good night, Dynamite. Yada da.
yeah.
Yuck Mouth TV. Subscribe to your guy. Hit them goddamn likes, Dynamite. Like bruh say, we back to them 3 hour shows, Turbo. Real authentic Yuck Mouth. Yuck Letterman. We out this motherfucker, man. Shout to Nelson L, my partner in grind, man. And we always gonna shine, man. Y'all have a good time and a good night. If you out in motherfucking Michigan, we got the motherfucking Canna Bash. You know what I mean? Tomorrow. You know what I mean? Tap in, look at the motherfucking IG at Regime General. Get your tickets and fuck with it. It's gonna be the Loonies. It's gonna be Bone Thugs in Harmony. It's gonna be Trick Daddy. You know what I mean? Salone Bone, all type of shit. Then we in Vegas, man. With Vegas on Sunday, man. Vegas on Sunday. We with Mike Jones, motherfucking Spice One, nigga, motherfucking Lil Xan, everybody, man. You know what I mean? So Vegas popping on Sunday. Tomorrow we in motherfucking Michigan, man. So y'all pull up and fuck with it, man. Go to Regime General, man, and check out the motherfucking insights where to go and where to get y'all tickets, man. And we out this motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? High learning. Bye-bye now. Thanks, Nelson. Good shit, bruh.
We here now. Peace.
Yada da. Shaniqua, love you, sis. Bye-bye now. Yada da. See y'all in Vegas. You dig? Viva Las Vegas. Shaniqua, I see you in Vegas. You dig? Yada da. Yusef El Bay. Come to Vegas, nigga, on Sunday. Nigga, be out there and fuck with us, boy. It's a whole marijuana fest, man. We getting loose. You dig? Off the Jesus juice, man. Another night with motherfucking High Learning, man. We elevate, man, instead of hate, man. You dig? Y'all be easy, man. Subscribe to your motherfucking guy, Yuck Mouth TV. Yada da, boy.